That's a wide body beat. That's a wide body beat. That's a wide body beat.
Yo, Panther Nation, what's going on? Welcome back to Carolina's Armchair GM CJ. I am your host, CJ. What's going on, everybody? All right, welcome back. This is our draft recap. Um, first off, I want to thank everybody for your prayers and all the acts of sympathy that you showed me. My uncle passing was a rough weekend for me. Hit me really hard. You know how you walk by the casket and see him there, and yeah. So I just want to start off by saying I appreciate everybody that said prayers up, said they were sorry, gave me sympathy, and thank you. Okay. Now, with that being said, y'all, the Panthers draft is over. Okay, it is over. And we have a lot to get into tonight. But before we do, everybody that's watching now, thank you. I appreciate you joining me. And if you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe button. You can follow me on all social media at Armchair GMCJ. And I appreciate all the love and support. Also, everybody, shout out to our members. Okay. Shout out to Mr. Hunky Dory. Shout out to Doug. Shout out to Nellis Creations for all the gifted memberships that I got the past couple lives. And I tried to make sure I got everybody's name on this video here. So all of y'all that were gifted memberships, I know I've been a little slack with the membership content here in the last week or so. But all things considered, I will get back on the grind and pump out the member videos for y'all. But again, I appreciate everybody that's a member. I hope you consider re-upping next month. And thank you for everybody that gifted us memberships. I appreciate you. All right. But yeah, now one thing I did get, as you can see, I got my Carolina Panthers draft hat. Okay. And I ain't gonna lie, I like it. I had to take the sticker off up under here. I don't want y'all to see exactly how big this damn hat is. But I ain't gonna lie, it made me feel like I get my TI on a little bit, put it back here, pop it to the side, and just start doing one of these numbers right here. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. When I saw these at first, I didn't like them, but got it here to the house, and I was like, yeah, I can do this. I was like, this is cool. I like this. But yeah, but let me get into some comments here. What's going on, Poppy? He said, what's up, CJ? Okay, let's see this new fade. Nah, man, let me say, hey, like I said, my hair grows extremely slow. I am, yeah, Nah, this is from the last haircut I got. Jay Balmer, greetings and salutations. How you doing? Thank you for joining. QJ, hey, thank you, QJ. I appreciate you, man. Definitely appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you. Mr. Earl, what's going on? How you doing, sir? What's going on with you? All right. Okay. Now, before we get into the draft picks, all right. Oh, Panther Dog, what's going on, man? How you doing? Before we get into the draft picks, there were a little bit of news right after the draft, and no, let me see. A little bit of news the day before the draft, and a little bit of news right after the draft. Okay, want to make sure I got that right. Okay, but I wanted to start off here. Big Ick. Okay, Big Ika McQuanu. All right, the Panthers picked up his 5th-year option. So in 2026, Big Icky will have a salary of $17.5 million. Okay, now whether you agree with them picking up his 5th-year option or not, I think we can all agree that, good job, Panthers, for going ahead and getting this out the way. Okay. What we did not want is another Brian Burns situation, and it's lingering into this season, possibly lingering into next season, kind of like they did with Brian. And yeah, okay. But I think Brian Burns was really on his way out the door anyway by the time all this started. But yeah, tell me what y'all think about Big Ick here and his 5th-year option. Do y'all think this warranted? Do you think the Panthers pulled the trigger too soon? Just give me your overall opinions on it. And my man, Mr. Hunky Dory, thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you, sir. And the dust returns to earth as it was, and the spirit returns to God who gave it. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 7. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, Mr. Hunky Dory. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And as always, man, thank you for the super chat. And thank you for those words, man. It means a lot to me. All right. But y'all keep it up. Y'all gonna have me tearing up here. Look, I already I already cried on my wife's shoulder this weekend. Don't get me tearing up on live here. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think about the Panthers picking up Icky's contract. Me personally, I think it's deserved. Okay, Icky has had some struggles, but he has been a good left tackle. All right, and we all saw what he could do this past season. Even his rookie year. Okay, even his rookie year, he had a rough start to it. The first couple games weren't the best. Okay, but he definitely picked it up as the season went on. His the next year, yeah, it was just chaos and turmoil all the way around. That whole offensive line was just a hot plate of trash, So we'll see. All right, we'll see. But I think it's warranted. And the cap, okay. Now, there were a lot of people saying when we were talking about the cap space in the off season, we're talking, a lot of people were saying that, we're going to be good next year. We got $150 million towards the cap. Yeah, that's all well and good. But that cap number is now down to, think about 33 million. And that's with 33 people signed to Carolina's roster for 2026. Okay. So that's not with a full 53-man roster. So we'll see how that goes with the cap. We'll see what Brant Tillis and those guys do with the cap right now. As of right now, the Panthers haven't signed any of their draft picks, so we're sitting at $16.6 million in cap space. And yeah, so we'll see how that all plays out. All right. Miss Hunky Dory says, picking up the 5th on Ick was smart. Stability is much needed. We know what Icky can do. So stability and predictability. Yes, I agree with you, Miss Hunky Dory. I agree. All right. Let me see. 9 Dime all the time. What's up, homie? How you doing, man? What's going on with you? Appreciate you joining. All right. Now let's move on. So another thing that happened, all right, right after the draft, the Panthers signed Hunter Renfrow. Okay. Hunter Renfrow, the 2019 5th-round pick from the Raiders from Clemson. Okay. Now the Panthers still have not drafted a Clemson player in team history. But we have signed another one as a free agent. Okay. Now, Renfrow took all of last year because he had what is it here? Ulcerative colitis, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, I got my tab up here. Yeah, ulcerative colitis. All right. And it's an autoimmune condition that caused him to take the 2024 season off. The diagnosis left him with weight loss, fatigue, and recurring high fevers. Okay. He said Renfrow has since worked with the doctors to get the condition under control and is now healthy enough to return to the football. Hunter Renfrow said that he had 7 straight days of a fever above 103. I think he got down to 140, 150 pounds, but he's back up now to, I think, 180, and he's going to give it a go. Let me tell you, I don't mind this signing at all. Hunter Renfrow is going to add to what now is a stacked wide receiver room for the Carolina Panthers. Okay. Never thought I would really hear those words about the Carolina Panthers having an absolutely stacked, wide receiver group. And, everybody in the group is not like, just elites and go out there and give us 1,000 yards apiece. But this is a good group of receivers. You have Ted McMillan, who we'll get into here in a minute, Adam Thielen, Jalen Coker. You're gonna have David Moore, you're gonna have Renfro, Jimmy Horn Jr. And I know I'm missing somebody. I know there's somebody I am missing. Kobe Hudson, the undrafted free agent. There's another undrafted free agent from Miami. I'm gonna get into the undrafted free agents in another video. I'll probably do that Saturday. But yeah, this is going to be a wide receiver room that's going to be, it's going to be a lot of competition. Okay, a lot of competition. Whoever is going to be that, six wide receiver, is going to have a lot of work ahead of them to make the roster. Okay, but I like this signing of Hunter Renfro, and like I said, last year he was out. 2023, I think that was the first year that the Raiders didn't have Derek Carr. Um, he had a so-so season. The year before that, he had over 100 catches, 1,000 yards. And the one thing I do like about Hunter Renfro knows how to get open. Okay, he knows how to get open. If you see his tape and you see him doing those in routes and cutting back to the outside, leaving his defender just sitting there and he going up getting the ball. He's a great route runner, and I think it also brings something, to the squad that he can pass on. We got a lot of young guys on this team. We got 2 second-year wide receivers and 1 rookie coming in. So him and a wily veteran like Adam Thielen can come in here and give some of these guys, some of these younger guys, their knowledge and help them out, especially in their first and second years. Okay. Let me see here. QJ said, I got Tet with 9. I got a Tet 9 with some coke under the seat. Oh man, QJ, I can always count on you, dog. That's a good one. I got a Tet 9 with some coke under the seat. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Panther Boy 803, what's going on? How you doing? How you doing? We taking over the South. I damn well hope so, dog. I damn well hope so. I hope so. But not to put the cart in front of the horse, like I'm guilty of last year. Okay. And I think somewhat the year before too. But yeah, we have the potential. The potential is on paper. Okay, it's on paper. But now I'm not gonna say his job is over, okay, because we still have training camp that we can't attend, you know. But there's still going to be moves to be made. Dan is going to have to bring in people. Just God forbid, but say people get hurt. Just say some people don't work out for whatever reason. So Dan's job is not done. But now it is up to Dave Canales, Brad Izzik, Ejiro Evero, and the rest of the coaching staff to take what we got on paper and turn it into production on the field. Okay, so we got to see what's going on with all of that. 336 Boston, what's going on with you, man? We are carrying 7 wide receivers this year, I think. Oh, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised at all. UJ said Lavala looked like cornbread from Sinners. I haven't seen Sinners yet. I have not seen Sinners yet. I gotta check that one out. Mr. Hunky Dory, 3 running backs, 7 wide receivers. Wow, that RPO is going to be exciting to watch. Hey, and let me tell you, and speaking of wide receivers, speaking of running backs, but you know what? I'm going to hold that off until we get into our slides, because I do got an opinion on the running back room. Now and all the time, Hunter got great highlights with Raiders. Yes, he does. Yes, he absolutely does. Absolutely does. QJ says Jimmy Horn gives me Deshaun Jackson and Tyreek Hill vibes. Oh, now I can see the Deshaun Jackson vibes. Yeah, I can see that. And I will get into that when we get to Jimmy Horn Jr. slide as well. But I do think he is one of those players that he's going to be versatile. And like I said, it's going to be up to the coaching staff. What's going on, Nader? How you doing? I guess David Moore will get cut. If not him, who else? You know what? Let me go back here real quick. And I got to see exactly who is. Okay, let me see. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of wide. We got Leggett, David Moore, T.J. Luther, Jacoby. Let me see, Jacoby George. Yes, he was picked up in off season. Adam Thielen, Jimmy Horn Jr., Hunter Renfro, Milne, however you say that. And Musa Muhammad III. His son is an undrafted free agent who got picked up by the Panthers, as well. And then you have Ted, Jalen Coker, Dan Chisnia, Bryson Tremaine, and Kobe Hudson, who I mentioned before, who was a undrafted free agent pickup as well. Okay, but yeah, man, let me tell you, I honestly thought David Moore was going to be pretty much going to be a lock to make this team, but he definitely has some competition. Definitely has some competition. So we'll see how all that goes. Definitely see how all that goes. But Nate, I appreciate you joining me, man. Miss Hunky Dory, Bryce is going to be a gunslinger and it's high noon in the NFC South. Yes, sir. Hey, let's get it. Let's get it. I hope that is exactly the case, Mr. Hunky Dory. Exactly the case. QJ says, no excuse for little bitty boy, man. Time to step up. I mean, I can't disagree with you, QJ Smith. I can't disagree with you. Okay. They went out last year. They got him offensive line to protect him. Okay. You go out this year, you bring in a Ted McMillan, you bring in a Hunter Renfro, you bring back a David Moore. So Bryce, he has the weapons. You add Rico Dowdle to the backfield, with Chuba Hubbard. So, and let's hope that this revamped defense will give Bryce more time on the field. Okay. Instead of on the sidelines watching other teams run the ball down their neck. All right. So we'll see. Miss Hunky Dory said, yes, sir. Step up or step out. Exactly. Panther Dog said, nah, Canales likes Moore too much. You know what? Hey, let me tell you, if it comes down to, what needs to be done, let's hope he likes winning more than David Moore. Okay. All jokes aside, I think Bryce will have a phenomenal year. He has everything he needs. Yes, he does. Yes, I truly think he does. Truly think he does. Okay. All right, let's get on to the next slide. But this has been Hunter Renfro. He is signed with the Carolina Panthers. I don't have the contract details just yet. They have not been uploaded to Over the Cap or Spot Track. So I did not have that for you tonight. All right. The Panthers also signed MJ Devonshire. Okay, cornerback. He was on the Raiders practice squad last year. He was a 7th round pick from the Raiders, and he stayed on their practice squad all year long. And the Panthers signed him, let me see, a couple days ago, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So he's coming in and he's getting the league minimum, $840,000, no signing bonus, no guarantee money. So we'll see how, if he can carve a spot for himself on the roster, if not, maybe just nothing more than the depth signing. But, as always, anybody that shows up as a part of the Panther squad, I'm rooting for him. So we'll see. All right. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link in the chat. If anybody wants to come up here and chop it up with me while I go through these draft picks, I'm gonna go ahead and pin this. It should be sitting at the top of the chat. If anybody wants to come up here and join me, we're going to get into the draft picks. Okay. Now, all right. Now at round 1, number 8, the Panthers took Tetaroa McMillan. Okay. He does not like to be called T-Mac. Okay. But it's going to take me a minute before I consistently remember to call him T-Mac. I've been calling him Ted McMillan for so long. And as you can see, his numbers from his last year in college, 84 receptions, 1,319 yards, and 8 touchdowns. Okay. Now, mind you, I will be the first one to say I was not a fan of picking Ted McMillan at number 8. Okay. I was not a fan because me personally, I thought there were, it was a much bigger need on the defense at that position. I'm not at that, but at say edge rusher for me, or edge rusher, or anyone in the defensive line would have been my pick. But Mason Graham did not fall to the Panthers. I thought he was going to. Mason Graham did not fall, and I do believe until Dan Morgan himself tells me this is not the case, that if Mason Graham would have been there, they probably would have took him. Okay. But all right, I'm not mad at I'm not mad at Ted. I'm not mad at him as a player. Okay. It was just I thought we needed more help on the defensive side of the ball with that first pick at number 8. Okay. But 6'4", 219 pounds, and we're going to go through some of his strengths here. Highly productive in all receiving columns over 2 years. 2023 tape filled with highlight reel touchdowns. Clever hand fighter to uncover at the top of the route, adjust route to coverage, and scrambles for his quarterback when needed. Fields coverage in space and adjusts to routes accordingly. Uses long strides to uncover and add yards across the field. Rescues throws with catch radius and work back effort. Size, bounce, and body control to dominate airspace. Plays with excellent focus and footwork near the boundary. Okay. Now, one thing I will say about Ted, watching a little bit of his film, the brother can get open. Okay, he can get open. Like it says, he can work his way to the quarterback. He is going to be a 50-50 ball. I don't want to say, like God or anything, but he might be one of the best 50-50 ball catchers that the Panthers have ever had if it pans out the way it shows, on his highlight tapes. Okay. He'll be somebody that Bryce can put in, just put the ball in the area and Tet will go up and get it. And let me welcome to the stage Mr. Poppin' Bullets. What's going on, dog?
Yeah, the CJ. Good.
Yeah, chilling, man. I'm good, man. Hey, let me tell you, after a rough weekend, I'm glad to be back chilling here and talking with y'all, man. Let me tell you, this is it's really reviving the soul, as they say. How
Yeah,
about you, dog?
it's a stress reliever for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, now I'm doing all right, man. Just work this 14-hour day. Well, no, that's 12 hours. Is it 12 hours? Yeah, 12-hour day, man. I'm almost home. So
I
you
know
you
that's
pop
right.
you popped on at the perfect time. I was like, yes,
Yeah,
here we
that's
go.
what's up. Hey,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Hey, give me your thoughts on Ted, man.
So my mindset this year was that, and I try to tell other people this, you know what I'm saying? Pick you 5 players in each round that you were okay to deal with if they drafted them
Mm-hmm.
in each round. You know, respectfully, like don't sit here and be having trying to put a guy higher than what he's really supposed to be. So Ted was on
Mm-hmm.
my list. Actually, I was pulling for Ted at one point, but after I laid eyes on Donovan Ezaraku, he was one of my 5. So
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't upset at the pick. I was actually happy because one way of me thinking, okay, if you get Ted, because everybody talking about, oh, Bryce don't have a number one, he needs another one. I'm tired of XL. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
give him his number one. He got his 1, 2, 3, and 4. He has no excuses. Last year it was hashtag no excuse.
Yeah.
This year is definitely ain't no damn excuse.
No, sir.
So
Nah,
I'm
no, it's
cool with
not.
the tech. Tech to me, I think we got a star on our hands, man. I
Okay.
really do. The more I watch more interviews of him communicating and talking in interviews, he's drawn me more into, saying what type of person he is and what type of player. When I heard that man say, "Oh yeah, they got Horn," yeah, I can't wait to line up against him. I said, "That's what I'm talking about. He's not
Oh
intimidated.
yeah.
He wants to get
what
better."
JC what JC had. He said, all right, he said seatbelts come in all sizes. He said he ready.
Right.
he said he
Right.
ready. So this is about to be good because I
Oh, it's
think
gonna
they
be
can both help
amazing.
each other out, especially going against each other, in practice. But and I'm probably getting into something that I'm gonna do in a later video. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. You know who I think this helps out a lot as far as Ted McMillan being here is XL. Okay,
You
I
do.
think everybody's kind of looking over that because my thing is this. I was saying, you know what? We need that wide receiver that can take the top off of the defense. But my thing is this with T Mac here, okay, you got T Mac and then you have XL. So if you get a lot more attention drawn towards T Mac, that might give Canales and Isaac the options to put Leggett in different scenarios, different formations where he can be that receiver to take the top off the defense. You know, if he goes out here this offseason, and like I said, he's got to work on his control, his hands, you know, his concentration, make sure he brings in those big passes. But it's not like Leggett slow. Leggett runs he ran a 4.340. You know, so it's not like he's slow enough when he can't take the top off the defense. But I also think it will open him up, you know, all over the field. You know, so we'll see. We'll
Yeah, I
see.
mean, we're gonna put pressure on. Well, we put a lot of pressure on Leggett because we
Mm-hmm.
picked him in the first round. You know how we Panthers do. Oh no, no. I mean, we go
Yeah.
the table gonna be split. I mean, it's really a second round pick. Nah, nah. It was a first round pick. Yeah, but there's a difference between 32 and number
Yeah.
8. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, I totally agree with you. I think Ted, like some people, I don't think a lot of people watch this tape. Now, anytime you look at, I'm not trying to compare them, but they're very
Mm-hmm.
comparable. Mike Evans has burnt our corners for years. They ran the same 4-4. I mean, same 40.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They the same height, same build.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Tech can get open. He got wheels. I ain't
Yeah.
saying he 4-2 speed, but anytime, like, I'm not the tallest guy, but it seems like when I was racing a taller guy, I had to do more because they covered
Mm-hmm.
ground faster than me. I taking more steps to get there, and he just
Exactly.
stride. There's a difference when you
Mm-hmm.
got a guy that tall that's running that fast at 4.5. It
It
is.
is. It is. You absolutely right. Hey, and let me welcome Mr. Hunky Dory to the stage. How you doing, sir? Welcome, welcome, welcome.
I am blessed as always. How's everybody doing tonight?
What's going on, Hunky?
Doing great,
It's hard
man.
to hurt you.
Hey, brother, how you doing, man? I'm
I'm
always
good,
seeing
man.
you here and there, man. I never just throw up a salute to you. Salute to you, popping. ACJ, how you doing tonight, my brother?
Hey, Mr. Hunky Dory, doing good.
So I want to go back to what you're saying about Ted and about all of our picks this year is youth, talented youth. We're
Mm-hmm.
building a core that is going to grow together, and they're going to be together for 4 to 7 years or more. We've really never had that in Carolina. We've always had a wide age group. Now we're seeing
Mm-hmm.
a core that is purposely being built together to grow together season after season after season instead of having to constantly fill a hole. And I think this was a very wise move. Now that I look at it, and I said, you know what? We're not going to be scrambling for that wide receiver next year. We're going to not have to look for that talent next year. You know what I mean? It's already here.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I feel you.
That's what we got. And that's exactly what I'm looking at when they picked Ted. I thought it was going to be Jalen. I was looking for a wig so I could wear the Jalen Walker wig, and put it, make a mayme out of it. And boy, the purple haze was blowing. I couldn't see through it. It was everywhere. And but like you said, they said it back in February. Ted was their man already. They had already been looking at him, and
Mm-hmm.
wow, the Cheshire Cat, if he was on tonight, I said, man, I know you couldn't see through that purple haze. It was thick. So yeah.
I lost money on it
Oh yeah,
because
me too.
I really thought they played us. This is the first time that I've seen the organizations play not only us but everybody else in the NFL because we were locked in on Jalen Walker, and I didn't want Jalen Walker like
Boy.
that. I would have accepted him. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think he's a bad player, but I don't want a tweener. Like I want a linebacker to be a linebacker. That's just me. Maybe I'm old school,
Yeah.
The,
but
the only thing I
Mm-hmm.
really had against Jalen is his height. I like a taller edge. You know what I mean? I like a taller edge. Period. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to get up and swat the ball, so on. I didn't like his 6'2" height for that, and that's the only niche I have against him. And he has talent, but I don't think he's the edge talent. You know what I mean?
no,
That we were looking for, that we're used to seeing as Carolina Panthers.
yeah, I agree. I
Yeah.
think he
Hey,
can. I think he can play behind the D line, but
yeah.
he's a good linebacker.
Hey, 336 said he called us drafting him for 8 months. Yes, you did, Boston.
Yep.
Yes, you did. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. I'm not mad at you at all.
And I
And
just
I
had to
wanted
be. Oh my bad, my
oh,
bad.
hold on. No, you good. I want this comment here by Joseph McMillan. What's going on, Joseph? He says he is more agile than Mike Evans. And I can see that, in his tape, I can see that. And like you were saying, Papa, when you running somebody who's taller than you, your legs are moving twice as fast because they got longer strides. If
Mm.
Ted, now mind you, I think there's this misconception that Ted McMillan, didn't get open, in college, but my thing is if he can work and improve on that, and like with Mike Evans is he's not that type, he's not a burner that's just going to take off and run straight by you, but he puts in the work in his relief, and not relief, his release, and his first move, his first couple of steps to get that receiver, on the back foot out of balance, get him going one way, and he goes back the other way, and then he's got you, and then he's gone. Okay, and like you said, you might be a little bit faster than him, but this guy's taking, one step to your two and a half.
There you
So
go.
I can definitely see Tech coming in and hopefully being something, of a Mike Evans esque. Okay.
Right.
But yeah, but thank you for that comment, Joseph. I thought that was a good one. And let me go ahead and switch real quick here and add everybody back up to the stage. And also add Deontay. Let me let me put everybody's names up here because I gotta see this one. Deontay, iconic delivery. What's going on?
Yo, yeah, that's my handle on Instagram and
Yes,
everything,
sir.
bro. Everything, Twitter, whatever.
All right, tell me how you feeling, big dog. Oh, and hold on. But before you get to that, let me say, 911 all the time, new member of the channel. Thank you. And for everybody that's out there, if you want to be part of what I call the front office, as I am hopefully your favorite armchair GM, okay, you become a member of the channel, and it's called, like I said, it's called the front office, 99 cents a month. Greatly appreciate everybody who is a member, and thank you, Nine Down, for becoming a member. Appreciate you. Go ahead, Deontay.
Yeah, for sure. So you're kind of just wondering like my opinions on what Tet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, come on with it.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a good player. I mean, I think he's going to be good. I think he will be successful in the league. It's a good pick. I If we're looking at it exclusively from a round one pick and not what happened afterwards, I'm not gonna lie. I was a little like, all right, we have arguably the one of the worst defenses in all of the NFL history, right? Which is a long history.
Yes.
So if we're just looking at it from just round one perspective, right? Because there's no
Mm-hmm.
guarantee who you could get for round two, three, and four, right? So you only can look at the
Exactly.
pick that you have at the time. So I'm like, yeah, he's a good player, but this is I'm looking at it next season. We're going to be losing games 35-52. Like, yeah, we can score, but who are we stopping, right?
Thank you. Thank you, my
So that's
brother.
that's just
Thank you.
my opinion. Just because it's like it's not even like yeah, that everyone's opinion. Like even talking to PMP, love those dudes.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it's like all right, bro. Yes, the offense wasn't the best. You could say it was
Mm-hmm.
a bottom offense. That's fine, but it wasn't a bottom offense in NFL history.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why looking at it's a good pick. I give the pick a at the time I gave it a B plus. Looking at the whole draft, I gave it an
Yeah.
A minus. Um, but no, he's a good player. It's nothing about the player; it's about the team. When you look at
Yeah.
that, people kind of think of it as like, oh, you think he's going to be a bad player? It's nothing about is nothing about him, right? It'd be the same as if we drafted the next Peyton Manning or whatever. Let's say we
Mm-hmm.
had Tom Brady and we drafted the next Peyton Manning. It's like, well, you didn't want Peyton Manning? It's like, no, Peyton Manning is good, bro. But I wanted someone on defense. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's all I'm saying. Good pick. I think he's gonna be really good. And I know he said I think he wanted to break some records here too. I think I saw a comment about that.
Let's hope
So
so.
I'm
Yeah.
hoping so.
Let's hope
Now,
so.
now I got a question for Deontay. Now you know how we scored last year. The thing is, how much we scored per game. You know what I mean? Was abysmal, and
150
it would.
points.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were like, can we get to 17 points? Is 17? Can our defense hold them to 16 points? We couldn't do either or. We couldn't get to 17. We couldn't hold them to 16. Every game, it wasn't like, oh, we can make a comeback. If we did it, it was a miracle. It was like we everything had to go our way. The penalties had to go our way. Somebody had to trip and fall, drop. Somebody had to drop the ball. just so we can get our 5 wins. You know what I mean? Now, toward the end of the
Mm-hmm.
season, we were coming along, but during the beginning and middle and almost creeping into that third area, we couldn't get over 17 points. 17
Yeah.
points. That is, and so when we look at them getting the offense, not overlooking the offense, getting quality into offense in areas we
Mm-hmm.
need it, you can see why we need more points. The NFL, you see
Yeah.
teams are scoring the average, what, 27 points a game right now. We're
Mm-hmm.
10 points behind. We're 10 points.
Yeah.
And the NFL is increasingly more points are scored per game. There's less defense in a game now. There's more offense in a game, and we are lacking. We have,
Yeah.
basically, we don't have no gas in the tank.
I feel you. Hey, and let me put this comment up here. Thank you to my beautiful wife Nels Creation. She says that I look really cute in my draft hat. Hashtag
Oh,
fangirl.
Oh,
Yeah, buddy.
man,
Okay. I might
Uh,
I might
y'all
I
need to
might
go.
start going through these might through going through
Y'all
these
need to go
slides
get a
pretty quick.
room, man.
now, hold
Hey,
up.
I got a whole house full of them, dog. I got 2 rooms out here in the shed. I
I'm
might have
weak.
to speed through these slides because I might have to go in the house here.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
weak.
yeah,
Right.
Thank
yeah.
you,
But
Nella. I appreciate you, baby.
let me say this real quick. So
Go
one,
ahead.
I need to get a draft hat. Two, I need, you know what I'm saying? I might be pulling girls if I get the draft hat, right? But two though, I get what you're saying for the argument. And who said that? What gentleman said that? My
Mr. Hunky
apologies,
Dory.
Mr. Hunky Dory. I get what you're saying, but at a certain point in time, my question: if you look at the context of drafts in general for previous drafts, I just have to ask: how many more premium assets are we going to put into the offense before this offseason, which includes free agency and the draft? We were putting nothing but premium assets into the offense, right? If you look before this draft, right, our first two picks in the last 3 or 4 drafts, all offense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, which is crazy. Our first two picks were offense. That's premium assets. You look at, do these things need it to happen? Yes, but at a certain point in time, it's like, all right, when are we going to focus on the defense? People keep complaining about the defense when the defense is not getting any good assets at all until this offseason when we finally got some linebackers and defensive linemen and stuff like that. We spent two back-to-back first rounders on a wide receiver, which is like I'm
Yeah.
saying, just in the context of this pick, right? We know who we drafted later on, but if we're just looking at this pick, right? Because we know we have no idea who we could have drafted later on. So
Sound like
that's
you
why I'm
still
just
mad.
I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm mad. The draft. I give the draft in general an A minus B plus. I'm just saying, like at the time of the pick, I'm like, bro.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of people that was upset, and I was just chilled. I was like, you know what? I
Oh,
ain't gonna
no,
worry
Me?
about it.
Yeah, yeah. Y'all can go back and look at my reaction. I was sitting here in the chair like, come on, man.
hey,
But
don't go back. Hey, I was guilty. Don't go back to my X page because I put a
boy,
blurt out and I said, "Oh Lord, I guess Ted's going to fix that defense too."
man. But you know what? To speak to both what Deontay and Mr. Hunky Dory said, I feel you, Deontay, because I felt the same way. Like you said, we were putting all these premium players into the offense. And again, and Mr. Hunky Dory, to your point too, um, we do have to put up more points. But I had that feeling like, okay, now if we go out here and we get Ted and we get this high powered offense, like we're saying, are we going to be losing, 47 to 35 or, or 42 to 35, or whatever. But with the acquisitions that we made in free agency and adding on what we did in the draft to that as well, minus a couple positions, which we'll get into here in a minute, I think that puts the Panthers in a better position to be just like I said, I want them, they don't have to break any kind of records as far as, all-time great defenses this year. I just need these boys to be close to middle of the road. I think
Right.
if we can get them to be middle of the road, we can be okay. And not saying that middle of the road is going to get us where we want to go, which is where every team ultimately wants to be, and that's win the Super Bowl. But I think middle of the road is a stepping stone to get us going in that direction. And I think that's kind of what we've done.
And the other thing we didn't talk about is injuries. Our defense was depleted.
Decimated.
When they sat on the bench, they had to sit apart from each other because they smelled like icy hot. I mean, everybody's nose was running. We have to look at that too. The other thing is the offense. We had rookies. They were learning the way. They're doing their thing. The vets did what they needed to do, and it's a melding process. You know what I mean? Everybody has to meld, and when you start having injuries or missing pieces, everything seems to fall apart. You know what I mean? And the one good thing about this draft, we have rotation. We have quality rotation pieces. If they get in there, the training camp and everything else, they get it melded and everything else. We didn't really have that really good quality rotation to come in for an injured person, and then when that person got injured, we had nobody to come in for them. They were. If you look at the FF grades, they were 50s. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
we need
We were signing
60s or
Publix
better.
employees.
Yes, sir. And that's what I'm saying. That is the great thing about this draft and the way they went through free agency. They're setting up
Hmm.
starters with talent, and they have people with some talent behind them that can get better.
Yeah, I feel you. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and move on here. I'm gonna get to his weaknesses. Okay. Linear release makes it tougher to elude press. And I think they're saying that he has more of a, just a kind of a straight line release. But this, and I'm gonna just read through these. Doesn't create much threat in the drive phase. Routes could use better urgency and finish. Forced into heavy percentage of contested targets, takes inconsistent pass to the deep ball, sorry, when tracking, average toughness on run after the catch. Well, I will say this, his contested catch rate was 60%. 60%. He had overall 85.8 receiving grade and an 89.1 grade versus man coverage. Now these are just I've copied and pasted these from the NFL website. But what I see here is nothing that jumps out to screen to me and says, "Oh my God, he won't be able to fix this." Okay,
Right.
and I don't know if any of y'all how y'all feel about it. Y'all let me know. But to me, I don't see anything here that this young man can't work on.
You know what
Okay,
I don't see? He doesn't drop the ball. He catches the ball.
yeah,
There you go. That's exactly what we need. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And all these other things can be fixed. The one thing you want is somebody who has good hands. He catches that ball. He doesn't drop it, and you don't see how many forced fumbles were on him. There you go.
Yeah, nothing too
mm,
alarming. CJ, I'm about to hop out of here. Cause
okay,
I just got home. I'm gonna keep listening, but I did want to say this. I just want to remind people how the difference is gonna be. My small little soliloquy. Damn, that was
yeah. Go ahead,
bars.
boy.
Um, I remember when Bryce got here, and how right before the game come on, they kind of show you the lineup of who's gonna be who they're playing against. And after we lost people going into the second year of Bryce, there was nothing for them to put up there because usually they're like, for instance, if they show Philadelphia, right, they're gonna show you Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and then
Hmm.
they'll go over to the defense and show the players on defense, they star players. We didn't have none of that to show on TV last year. I don't know if any of y'all caught that. Like we had Thielen, and then they talked a little bit about SL, and then of course they talked a lot about Bryce. But this year is going to be
Yeah,
a lot more different as far as how it's going to be marketing, as far as getting your excitement back up, because you're actually going to see competent, good players that they could see on the screen, and it's going to get you hyped back all over again. So that's what I'm excited about too.
I got you. I'm with you, dog. I'm with you.
But other
All
than
right.
that, man, y'all be safe. I'll holler at y'all. CJ, keep up the good work. And
Be blessed.
Thank you, man.
I'll holler at y'all. Y'all good
Hey,
night.
be good, Pop.
All right, for sure.
And Nate, I see a comment. He said Panthers have reached Gilmore. Are you talking about Stephon Gilmore? If we reached a deal with him, or because I was trying to look at it while Papa was talking here. Let me know what you mean by that. All right. But yeah, but as far as tech goes here, like I said, I don't see anything here that can't be, worked on by him. Okay. And we're gonna go ahead and get on to the next one. Nick Scorton. And I keep hearing his name called Scorton, Scoreton, whatever. I'm gonna call him Scorton because that's how I read it. Okay, round two, pick number 51 for the Panthers. All right. Now, if you go look at ESPN, it says he's 6'4", 280 something. The NFL site has him at 6'4", 257. He said that he played heavy last season, but he did work in a little bit of time in the off season to get his weight down. As you can see, his stats from last year: 37 tackles, 5 sacks, 14 tackles for loss. Okay, now what I see here is a big edge rusher who can get to the quarterback, and like some of his strengths say, is relentless on plays. But this pick and the next pick really got me, back excited for the Panthers, because I thought this was our number one need, was an edge rusher, somebody to get to the quarterback. Because I said this before, and I'll say it again. The Panthers gave opposing quarterbacks damn near all day to sit back there and find their receivers. Okay, and I like to joke around. I say this: they were back there ordering lunch, they were checking on their kids, they were scheduling Ubers to get home after the game, and then popping back into the play and be like, oh, okay, let me go ahead and throw this pass for a touchdown or first down or whatever. Now, mind you, what does this mean, for the edge rushers that we do have? Now, one in particular, I don't think this is going to be a good sign for, and that is DJ Johnson. Okay. I do think DJ Johnson might be, he might be on his way out with this one, because now we have two edge rushers. Okay. I've seen in the past couple of days where a lot of speculation is going on about Jadeveon Clowney as well, So I don't know if there's a situation going on with him. I heard something about they were trying to call and um put him in as like a trade package during the draft. Don't know if that's true or not. Something I saw on X. But let me go ahead and read the strengths off of Mr. Scorton here. Good power and aggression when attacking the point. Capable of playing through edges or slipping blocks for disruption. Hounds the play with tremendous change of direction talent. Forces offenses to send additional protection help his way. Thoughtful rusher who sets up moves and counters. And remember that. Thoughtful rusher who sets up moves and counters. Alter step cadence and entry angles to keep tackles guessing. Hands are heavy, skilled, and efficient in his pass rush. Transition quickness to win inside on spin moves and Euro steps. All right, Deontay, Mr. Aguilar, tell me what y'all think about Mr. Scorton here.
Well, to be honest with you, it reminds me of a basketball player when a basketball player is shifting through defenses. Also, that quick step up, quick step back to throw three down. He reminds me of that. He's got very good agility. I really like that. Where he's focused, his hips are able to change very quickly the direction, and that's when I watch that and I watch his ankle movements and everything else. He's in a flow, and the good thing about him is that he's going to turn 21 in August, and he has
Mm-hmm.
all this talent already. And if you look at it, the length of his arms and so on, it's going to be really hard if he can get into the face of the defense and get around him and have that quarterback throw over the top of him. And I was very excited to see him. He's very healthy. He's fluid. Now, don't get me wrong. The one thing I did see is when they did double team him or seen him coming around, he needs to adapt to that a little bit better. But
Mm-hmm.
it's hard for anybody to do that. Other than that, it's an A plus. I was very excited to see him.
Yeah. And Dan Morgan did say that he was graded as a late first round pick on their board. So right before pick 51, and they saw that he fell, they went ahead and made the call to go ahead and get him. Deontay, what you think about Mr. Scorton here?
Yeah, I thought it was a good pick. I think if you look at a lot of draft, like mock drafts, like before the season started, a lot of people had
Mm-hmm.
even going us early on, right? And even later
Mm-hmm.
on, as the season progressed, as it was looking like, okay, we're definitely going to have a top 10 pick, a lot of people still had him in that top 10, top 15 range, as he started to drop. But yeah, I think it's a good pick. I like him. I like his potential as well. I like I said, I had no problem with this, and it addressed a position of need.
Okay. Gotcha. And I'm going through his PFF grades here. He had an 80.6 pass rush grade, a 74.4 run defense grade. His true pass rush grade was 82.3. His pass rush win rate was 17%, and his run stop rate was 7.3%. Okay. And let's slide over here to some of his weaknesses. Looked a step quicker on his 2023 tape at Purdue. And again, he played heavier this year. So I would think that would contribute to him looking a step slower than that 2023 tape. All right. Lack of length prevents him from controlling edge blockers, gets caught sleeping, and loses contained positioning. Average acceleration creates average speed to power rush, allows tackles to close the distance and bring him in tight. And I think with that last one, they're saying, he's not getting his arms out and controlling those tackles, and those tackles are able to get him and get a hold of his shoulder pads and kind of keep him at bay, where they want him at. But again, I would say this, nothing really jumps out here that I don't think that this young man can go in here and improve on. Not to say that everything you see on this by whoever wrote it, he's going to fix it right off the gate, preseason game number 1. But, I do think that he's a good kid and he can improve on all of this. Okay. And Nada said, I guess we forgot we didn't have Derek Brown last year. Consider him as your first round pick this year. Man, let me tell you. Okay, that's all well and good, but Derek Brown paid defensive end. Okay, now mind you, if Derek Brown was our nose tackle, I'd agree with you here. But we still have Derek Brown playing defensive end, and a certain somebody who, and I preface this every time I say it, I don't think he's a bad player. I think he's in the wrong scheme. We still had Shy Tuttle as our as our backup nose tackle. But I get what you're saying, Nathan. I get what you're saying. All right. Anybody else? Deontay, Miss Hunky Door, got anything else on Mr. Scorton here before we move on?
No, and that's what I was saying about when he get double teamed and so on before is where he was getting pushed out. You know what I mean? And he would stand there. You know what I mean? Not knowing what to
Yeah.
do at times when he could have made a play, quick step to the right, quick step to the left, put his hand up on the left shoulder and push his way around. You know what I mean? That's
Oh
where
yeah.
they say lost containment and so on. Now, it didn't happen very often, but you do notice it, and that's very important in the NFL because if you lose containment, that's a gap. That's an open gap. And
Mm-hmm.
the NFL is much faster than college.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Deontay?
No, I got nothing else to add to it.
Okay. Cool beans. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to Princely. Let me see. Princely Uman Milan. Okay. I hope I said that right. Princely Uman Milan. All right. Again, this 37 number is very popular with these draft picks this year. 37 tackles, 10 and a half sacks, 14 tackles for loss. Round 3 pick number 77 out of Old Miss. Okay. 6'4", 255 pounds. And let's get into some of his strengths. Good size with great length and loads of rush production. Speed and stride create favorable entry angles at the top of the rush. Dips below, redirect blocks to flatten tight into the pocket. Can slap away punches or pivot around with upper body turn. Closing bursts to run down scramblers and hit the passer. Gets into blockers with good knee bend and leverage. Adequate speed to spill outside runs a little wider. Will knife into gaps and spin off blocks to tackle near the line. Okay, everything about this screams that this man is going to be able to get to the quarterback. Okay, and I got his PFF grade up here. It's overall 91.1. His pass rush grade was 91.5. His true pass set rush grade 90.9. Pass rush win rate was 22.8. His run defense grade was 78.7, which was a little better than Nick Scorton, and his run stop rate was 8.6. But like I said, this might, and Big Mo, let me tell you, you took the words right out of my mouth. Big Mo said Princely is going to be the best player out of this draft for us. On the defensive side of the ball, he damn well very might be the steal of this draft. He just might be the steal of his draft because everything that the Panthers have been lacking as far as a pass rusher, everything you see on him from tape, everything you see right here on the screen screams that he is going to be able to get to the quarterback. He has that bend, he has the entry angles, he can move, he has his set of pass rush moves, in line, and he's ready to use them. Okay. Deontay, Mr. Hunky Dory, what y'all think about Mr. Princely here?
I'll let Deontay go first.
All right.
Yeah, no, I think it's another good pick. I was not mad at double dipping at edge at all. I think some people definitely had him as uh, a early to mid second round pick. So getting him in the third was great. He I have nothing bad to really to say about this pick. I will say I don't think he will be the best player in this draft. Later on, I'll let you know who I think that will be. But no,
Okay.
I think it's I have nothing bad to say about this pick or the last pick. It was positions of need. I think Dan Morgan did a good job, and even looking at who went like around that point, I was like, the only other person I would have possibly wanted is because we still are kind of thin at safety as far as coverage safeties is Sanker, Jonas Sanker.
Yeah.
He's with the Saints now, but
Mm.
I did some research on him. He is a pretty good coverage safety. So I did want him or low key maybe Xavier Watts, but other than that, no, Princely, he's a good player.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, hell, everybody we wanted at safety went somewhere in the NFC South. If I'm Xavier Watts went to Atlanta, right? If I'm
Yeah,
not,
yep.
Yep.
He went to Atlanta and Sanker went to the
Sanka
Saints.
went to, boy. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that hurt my heart when I saw both of those. I was like, man, that is not where I wanted those two gentlemen to go. But yeah, man. And let me go ahead and see the weaknesses here. More finesse than physical as a run defender. Okay, again, I think that's something he can improve on. Below average hand usage in both phases. And it's kind of like they contradict themselves on a couple of these. It said below average hand uses in both phases. And this one says can slap away punches or pivot around with upper body turn. So we'll see. Rarely controls edge blockers and is slow to shed. Rush plan and counters are still a work in progress. Okay, and let me tell you, my thing is, I'm glad to see that at least they're a work in progress. Okay, at least he has them. He has them, and he's put them to good use, especially his time at Ole Miss with 10.5 sacks last year. But in progress, I wouldn't necessarily say that's a big weakness, but they had to put it on here. Missing power to collapse the pocket with force. Spin counter lacks fluidity and consistency. Okay. But yeah, man, I think this was a great pickup. And those of you who have watched me over the past couple months, there have been plenty of mock drafts, damn near all of them, where I have doubled up on the edge rusher position, just about all of them. And I am so glad that this is what the Panthers did. So glad. So glad. Yep. And then it says Gilmore potential return to Panthers is ongoing. No agreement has been reached yet. Hopefully we can get him back home. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Also said everyone live tonight. What's up, CJ? What's going on, Austin? How you doing, big dog? Thank you for joining me, man. All right. Anything else on Mr. Princely before we move on?
I believe that he's going to be able to bulk up a little bit more. I believe they're going to add a little bit more weight to him. That's going to help him
Mm-hmm.
out. And he did squat 700 pounds.
I saw that. I
700
saw that.
pounds. That's three big girls at the club. That is something, that is something. And but I do believe he is going to bulk up a little bit more. Maybe about the size of, not as big as Clowney, but I believe there is room for him to bulk up a little bit. And he's going to work with Moten. He's going to work with Moten. He's going to learn how to do chop block a little bit better.
Oh
And
yeah.
Moten's going to teach him, because Moten's going to just keep pushing back, keep pushing back and teach him, hey, you're going to have to do this, or when I'm going to do this. So I can see that he's going to improve already in practice. Sorry, CJ.
Hey, I
Uh,
can't I can't get over that on Mr. Hunky Door. You can't just say that and just just keep
yes,
on
sir.
talking. Three big cows at the club.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God, yo, Mister.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
He,
sorry. That is hilarious.
he,
I have got to clip that. I've got to clip that.
sir.
Oh my God. Oh, hold on, everybody. Hold on. All right. All right. Introducing, standing, 8 foot tall, weighing 23 pounds, out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Mr. PPP Panthers Prime Podcast. How you doing, sir?
23 pounds. Well, I ain't weigh that. I ain't weigh that since before I was formed in my mother's womb.
Yes, sir.
What's going on,
Yeah.
Prime?
What's up, my brother? How you doing?
Hey, doing good, man. Doing good. Talking a
E-
Yeah.
little Panthers draft here.
Evening, Demetrius.
Hey, how are you doing, sir?
I'm blessed,
Oh,
buddy.
not
I'm
the
blessed.
government name.
Hey, how's it
Yeah.
going?
Hey, I put it out there. I ain't hiding from nobody.
I got you.
Yeah.
I almost named my son Demetrius.
Oh, you should have. It's
Yeah,
It's all
a
right.
wonderful name. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's right in the book of names, right up under Ice Bryce. All right. Right up under Ice Bryce. Yeah.
Hey, well, Prime, give us your thoughts on Mr. Princely here, man.
Oh man, absolute dog, man. Just like Dan Morgan said in his introductory press conference a year ago, he wants dogs. He got himself. The whole draft is nothing but dogs, to be honest with you. But specifically Princely, I like his. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. This guy's aggressive. He's a heat-seeking
Mm-hmm.
missile. He has great bend. I love everything about him. He has great eyes. It's rare that you see him getting washed out in the shuffle. When it's him one on one or even double teamed. The guy is a force to be reckoned with, and I love the acquisition of Princely. I think that he's. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's
Mm-hmm.
probably one of the highest potential edge rushers that the Carolina Panthers have drafted. Eh, eh, I ain't gonna say ever, but he's
Mm-hmm.
up there. He's up there. He has strong potential, and I love it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I
Okay.
really do.
You
Yeah.
know how I have to say what I think of him? It's like you get this shiny new weapon in this video you game, and you can't wait to go test it because you know it's going to do some damage. You want to see how many people it blows away in one hit, and that's what I see in this fellow. You know what I mean? And I think they're going to let him work and with the offense so he can learn how to chop block and do a little bit better on that, work with his moves, but the
Mm-hmm.
potential is there, like you said, and you just want to see it. You want to see it already.
Yeah, but you know what though? The thing that I like the most is the fact that okay, we have a Jadeveon Clowney who's not bad. Okay, but Jadeveon Clowney was wore out last year. That
What's
that
another
brother was
synonym
tired.
for bad?
Um, Let me see. Not good.
We can use that. He's not good. Yeah, we can use
Okay. Well,
that.
I'm okay. I'm not saying he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, but he was serviceable last year. He was definitely one of our best linemen when it came to the as far as the run defense. And I know that's saying a lot because our run defense was trash, but he was probably one of the better linemen that we had as far as run defense. But Jadeveon Clowney, in my view, from looking at him, he was tired last season. Okay. Then on the other side of the ball, we were going through DJ Johnson because Wanham was out and Wanham came back. He was in and out. And now my thing is, you get a healthy Wanham, you get Clowney coming back because they're both on the last year of their contract. They both signed 2-year contracts. So I think this was a really smart move by the Panthers as well. Okay, you go ahead and get you 2 edge rushers. Say Clowney and Wanham don't work out this year, and these 2 young gentlemen step up. Then you got your edge rushing pair for the future. Okay, then you can bring in some more depth behind them, next year. But what I'm hoping is, and I'm kind of hoping that it works out with everybody, is doing their thing. I don't want this to be a thing where Clowney and Wanham have off season, and the young guys got to step up. I hope that it can be more of a rotational thing, and everybody can get out there and do their thing, and hopefully get to the quarterback. Okay,
Well,
so
well,
that's my thoughts on them.
I'm sorry. Well, I just want to say
Go ahead.
this. I think that DJ Wanham is going to have a pretty successful season. I mean, Quantum really got
Okay.
successful once Wanham came in, and we saw a change happen in that Giants game, and it really turned up for that Chiefs game. But I believe that there's going to be a situation, maybe before the season starts, where
Mm-hmm.
Clowney is probably being traded, and
Mm.
I would feel very very comfortable with us going into the season without Clowney and having these two guys here and letting one of them kind of be, a part of their anchor going forward because Jadavian Clowney can't teach nobody nothing except for how to set up the AARP right now. So,
Oh wow.
Wow.
yeah, that's all
Wow.
he can do right now. No disrespect, but yeah, I'm just being objectively serious about that.
So
He didn't do anything for me to really push the needle, so I'll be
so
glad if he's gone.
so basically, you're
Okay.
saying that Clowney is basically that tire you got all the use out of him, and he's ready to go be put in the tree for somebody to swing on. He's retired. He's done all the tread that you can get off of it has been successfully used, and you don't want to drive that it anymore,
Well,
and
my
especially not in the rain.
well, my brother, I'm gonna tell you, he's that tire that we use in commercial vehicles that we retread. That means we put new tread on it,
mm.
and that wears out. So yeah,
Mm.
yeah, double wear.
Dang,
Yeah, it's
Oh
gone.
yeah.
that's crazy. You
Oh,
wear
so
out a retreaded tire, boy. That's some work.
oh, so I'm
And it's funny you say that. My former job before I left, part of my job once a month we had to go down to the tire place and take a look at all of the tires that they had that they took off our trucks because there was some credit that we could get for a lot of those tires. Some of them it looked like it had they can go like it's a certain number of patches that they can put in the tires before they say, okay, we have to take this tire off and we have to retire the tire because you can't put any
Mhm.
more patches in it. But you get some of those tires that have like 3 or 4 patches in it, but the damn thing was just retreaded. So they give us credit for. And I'm sorry, that was a side note there, but Prime, you made me think about that when you said that.
I'll give prime info. I was a truck driver for 12 years. I was the owner operator for 5 of it.
Nice. That's what's up. Yeah,
That's cool.
I've been on the amazing roads of America and Canada, and yeah, we don't use Toyos, and
Mm-hmm.
we definitely don't use retreads. All Michelin,
Okay, so
baby.
no Jadavians, huh?
Yeah. Jadavion is the equivalent of a Toyo.
Hey,
Yeah,
them kids are out there. Hey, them
old
kids.
Chinese tire.
Yeah, them
All
kids are
right,
out there swinging on it, man. You don't even want to dare put it on your vehicle.
Yeah,
that
and
is funny.
God forbid, it got a bubble in the sidewall. Yeah, it's gonna pop soon.
I got you. All right. Well, let's go ahead and slide on. Deontay, you had anything you want to say about Prince before we move on? Well, I may have already asked you that. I'm sorry if I did.
No, you good, bro.
Okay. All right. Now, this was the first surprise to me in the draft. Trevor Etienne, running back from Georgia. Okay, and Prime, a perfect time because I'm going to go from a person that you don't like to a person that you do like, and I think they might be in trouble. And that's Mr. Blackshear.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
because all right, you got Trevor Etienne here. Like I said, I don't mind the pick, but again, I thought they would have gone more towards the cornerback route. Okay. I didn't think
Mhm.
they would pick a running back at all in this draft. But as Dan said, as Dan kept saying, they went into this draft and they had their players on their board. So I'm guessing that Trevor Etienne was on the board at that pick and they went ahead and pulled the trigger. Now I don't see I don't see anything wrong with him. I think he's a good kid. Y'all give me y'all thoughts on Mr. Etienne.
Yeah. I mean, lights out. I mean, this guy is a downhill runner. You give him a blade of grass, he's going to take at least 10 yards. And I mean, he's just electrifying. I mean, I love everything about him. I mean, he has the genes, just like his brother who went to Jacksonville, and I like
Mm-hmm.
everything about him, though. My reservations with the conversation is because I like Black Shear, and
Mm-hmm.
I think out of anything or anybody, I think Jimmy Horn will probably pose more of a threat to Blackshear than ETN because I think that Jimmy Horn actually likes to return that ball a lot more. He kind of fiends for it. So,
Yeah.
new talent, quicker. He's quicker than Raheem Blackshear. But I really do like Trevor Etienne behind this tandem of Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdle. This is going to be, I mean, the running back crew has totally revamped and has totally. I think we probably got the best running back tandem in the NFC South, in my opinion. We do.
Oh yeah. I agree.
Yep.
I agree.
Now I'm going to cut in. Deontay, you said you watched Pat McAfee's show today with the Dan Morgan interview. Dan Morgan said ETN and Colorado guy. I'm sorry,
Jimmy
and
Horn.
they're going to return. He said they wanted to open up the return game. We weren't getting enough on the return. He wanted them.
Oh my
That
gosh, he did
and
say that.
he
Oh
did.
my
They're
god.
coming in for that specifically. Also, ETN is there because his ability to catch in the backfield. They want to open
Mm,
up more opportunity to catch in the backfield and let the other two guys be the bruisers.
mm. Okay. Well, and that kind of baffles me a little bit because I thought Blackshear did a damn good job in the return game last year.
He
At one point,
did.
he was leading the league in kick return yardage.
He was. It's just, and that's what I keep telling people. Like, you got to look
Mm,
at it for the numbers. I know the whole
true.
team. Gosh, man, this is so aggravating for me. I ain't gonna lie. I like Blackshear, bro. I
Yeah,
like Blackshear, bro.
and the thing is, if we bring these in, Blackshear's going to be picked up by somebody that fast. I mean, boom, he's going to be picked up. I guarantee it.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
For me, I ain't gonna lie, Miss Uncle Dory and Deontay. I ain't gonna lie. This is actually a pretty good position to be in. Like when you have to shave off good players. You know what I mean? This is a good position. This is the
Oh,
position that Kansas City and the Bills normally have. We don't really have
yep,
these problems in off season this early. So yeah, I think Blackshear. I would much rather see Blackshear installed more into like the offense as a running back because I think he performs better there. But he did good the past 2 years. He's done wonderful, and let's not forget about 2022 with him,
Mm-hmm.
Deontay Foreman, and Chuba Hubbard. I mean, the guy had more touchdowns than Chuba Hubbard. Come on, like
yeah.
y'all forgot about that?
Yeah.
Well, let's go back to what Cheshire Cat said too. You know what I mean? If Brooks with his two ACL injuries doesn't work out,
Oh yeah.
we got this
Mm.
guy. We got him right here. ETN.
Oh
Boom, boom, boom. That's his
Sure.
other
Now,
backup. So this is chess playing in its finest form. People are thinking ahead. How many moves ahead are they thinking? You know, and
couple years.
yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah.
the thing is, youth, they're building a core, like we said. You know what I mean? A young, 23, 24, 22 to 24. Look at this. They're thinking ahead. But the thing is, we all want Brooks to wants to get better. You know what I mean? We want him to heal.
Mm-hmm.
But unlike Sam Mills, it's very unlikely coming back. You know what I mean? The odds are great coming back from two ACLs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what we're looking at. And we already got them. We have them right here, and we're already ready to get them the experience.
Yeah, we'll see. Now, I do pray that Rooks can come back and be effective, but I mean, I'm not mad at the Panthers for having a plan B. I'm not mad at it at all.
hmm
Deontay, what you think about Mr. ETN here?
I'm a big fan of the pick. Watching his his tape. One thing that stood out to me is he always finds the correct hole to go to. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's able to read his offensive line really well. I know some people were hating on the pick. Um, I'm actually a big fan of the pick. And not only that, he's good at being able to catch it and get some yak. And that's something as a team we were really struggling to get, right? We were
Mm-hmm.
struggling to have like a yak guy, and we were struggling to have just a pure speed, just take the top off guy. We're still missing that, but overall, I'm excited to see Trevor Etienne. I'm excited to see Etienne on the team.
Okay. Let me read off some of his grades here. He had an overall grade of 82.5 according to PFF, rush grade of 86.7, a zone grade of 88.1, gap grade 73. His elusive rating was 93.7. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, y'all. That's the first time I paid any attention to a running back's elusive rating. I was making sure I wasn't reading it backwards, but that's just pretty damn high according to PFF. And yards after contact 3.43. All
Yeah.
right.
You know what? And the good thing is, we got this talent. We don't have to go get somebody, for 800,000 minimum. You know what I mean? He's at the end
Mm,
of his career, or he's been sitting on the sideline the whole season. You know what I mean? Because nobody else has him on this team. We got him right here. We got him right
yeah.
here.
Oh yeah. I got you. I got you. All right. Well, let me go ahead and read his strengths and weaknesses before we move on. Okay, strengths. Eludes play traffic to give the run a chance. Runs with good bend and balance through the line. Makes smooth transitions to cut and accelerate. Sets up open field tacklers to miss on sweeps and tosses. Something that we need more of here. Quick soft hands catch everything in their. I'm sorry. Quick soft hands catch everything in their vicinity. Stacks yards after catch with wiggle and field vision. Sorts through blitzes and twists like a champ in pass pro. I seen a clip of him in pass pro stand. I don't know if it was a defensive end or a linebacker. Somebody was coming on a blitz, and I mean he stood him straight up in there and let his quarterback get the ball off. So that'll be another thing that he can bring to the table here with the Panthers, as well. All right. Weaknesses. On the smaller side for volume carries in the league, below average getaway burst in small spaces, lacks base strength to tear free from arm tackles, doesn't offer explosive playmaking speed. And then it has on here, his arrested in 2024. I ain't even gonna get into that one. I ain't gonna hold nothing against them guys like that. Everybody makes mistakes, and yeah, like I said, I just copied and pasted this on from the NFL site, but I ain't even gonna get into that one. But yeah, man, I think it was a decent pickup. I think it was a good pickup. I did not expect them to take a running back. I tell Doug this all the time. I thought for sure we would pick up a running back or something as undrafted free agent, or maybe our last pick of the draft.
Yep. And here's what I want to say right now. It's time for that hour and 18-minute caffeine drink that you need to keep you bright and vivid and everything else. So I'm going to continue the conversation. But going back to Scorton, I'm sorry to say this. They want to keep
Mm,
Scorton in the two technique. They want him in a standing.
okay.
They want him in the standing position because he's really good at it. Princely. Let's call him Princely.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be studying forever. He's going to be your three technique guy. And that's what they were saying earlier. They want Scorton into he works better into two technique. They saw it at Purdue, and even when he was with A&M, they said he's better into two technique.
Okay. PPP. Mr. Stephen Belk says someone tell me what Black Shear has done to be so valuable. Tell me one thing. He also said that look at the numbers. Black Shear simply had more opportunities to return with the worst defense in NFL history. Black Shear didn't get picked up in free agency. Why would he get picked up now? I
Yes,
mean,
sir. See, the one thing that I dislike is Panthers fans that have a short term memory.
okay.
Let me take you back to 2022, my brothers. When not only and listen, I'll take you to a specific game, the Lions game, Christmas
All right.
Eve, 20 degrees outside,
Mm-hmm.
cold as ever. You've seen Raheem Blackshear with that tandem running the ball, pump returns, kickoff returns, and bringing the ball effective. All right. And actually, that year he had more touchdowns than Chuba Hubbard, with maybe, I think, slightly less yards. Going into
Mm-hmm.
2023, Bryce Young's first year, how soon we forget.
Okay.
Blackshear was the only spark on this team when it came down to special teams.
Mm-hmm.
Please go back and watch it. Blackshear was the only punt returner that had us with a spark on kickoff and punt returns. Now you go to this past year, and we arguably have the worst defense, right? We have more additions this year, and the team just as a whole just needed an extra year to kind of get its footing together. But you
Mm-hmm.
see, even in the game against the Atlanta Falcons, go back and look at the numbers of Blackshear. Go back and look at the tape. Blackshear hitting the holes and really, putting his team on his back, so to say, with him being the running back along with Miles Sanders. So guys, listen. I know you can sit here and you can forget and you can say, well, what has he done? This guy is solid. He just hasn't had opportunity. And if you love TMJ so much as some of y'all did, please go back and evaluate this brother's tape because I guarantee you're missing a couple points, probably on purpose.
Okay.
So I
I
got to
got
say this. I definitely agree 100%. I think people forget just how valuable Blackshear was on the special teams, right? I mean, arguably, right, he is a top 10 returner in the league. And I know someone said, what did he do last year? I mean, what did any returner do last year, right? With these new kickoff rules, like it really changed a lot that happened in the NFL. But I challenge anyone, just look at the stats. And if he has more attempts, it's not that much. He's having maybe 4 or 5 more attempts, but look at his average per attempt. That's really what you want to look at, right? You look at his average per attempt. He's up there with the top 5 guys in the league, the past 2 3 years. Um, even top 10 guys in the league. So I think Blackshear is underrated as a returner. I'm not against getting someone else in the game, right? To take his position. I think you can always try to get better and upgrade. But I can't say Blackshear is trash. None of the numbers, none of his numbers to me says he's trash, bro.
Right.
okay.
And if I could say this one last thing, Brother
Go
Steven,
ahead, bro.
I'm not too sure what the worst defense has to do with returns because the returns normally happen after the other team either scores or it's a three and out. That's the other team's offense. So I'm
Yeah.
I'm not too sure what you mean by that.
I think
Right.
he was getting at them. He had more opportunities because our defense was so bad. He had more opportunities. More punt returns. Which led to more yardage because he just had that sheer amount of volume as our defense was getting ran over. Series after series. I think that's what he was getting at with that one.
Does he know
Wait,
that
what?
does he know that for a fact, or is he just trying to put two and two together that don't equal up to four? I'm just asking.
Wait. Could you repeat that? You said he was saying what about the defense?
I think he was saying that our defense contributed to Blackshear getting more opportunities because we were constantly getting the ball kicked off to us because our defense couldn't stop anybody,
Yeah, yeah, you know.
which
Uh,
led more opportunities, which led to more yards. But in the same sense, you get that opportunity, you got to go get the yards. It would have been one thing if he'd had all them opportunities and he didn't go out there and get any damn yards. So I get
and-
you can look at it from both lenses, and
yeah,
I'm glad we're having this conversation.
yeah, and to say TMJ was super trash is just my blood
Let me
pressure.
tell you, I ain't gonna
Well,
lie.
that one I'm not gonna
I
disagree.
like I like TMJ. Again, I think it was a player who came in and was just in the wrong situation. Okay, we had a couple years a span there where it's just like it seemed like nobody knew what to do, knew how to put people in the right positions to be successful. Okay. And I hope and I think we have kind of, reached the crest of that hill and we're going down the other side. So we'll see. What
Yeah.
was that?
I think we said enough. Let's move on.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
hold on. A couple comments here. MDJ, what's going on, man? Yeah, we did have a nice draft. We sure did. My buddy, Blue Claw, the reddest Panther fan I have ever seen in my life. What's going on, big dog? To
Blue
be
Claw.
completely honest, looking around the NFL, I would say that the NFC South teams elevated their teams more than any division as a whole. I can kind of get with that. I can
I
kind of
agree.
get with that. Yeah, you know, maybe not the Saints with Tyler Show, but we'll see. We'll see.
Come on, man. Tyler show you up, man. He got an AARP, discount coming in. Hey, he still got a little bit of juice. Let's see what he could do.
Yeah. Rest one said, that being said, I still believe the division will play out pretty much as it did last season. Well, let's hope not. Let's hope not. But well, let me see. Um, I'm
I have,
hoping that we can challenge for the division, but I don't want it to be another year where if we come up second or third in division or whatever, we gotta improve on that win total. Gotta improve on that win
We
total.
need to
It,
show early and mid-season improvement. Right. I mean, into December.
I, yeah,
That's what we got to do. We cannot wait till the end of the season to show improvement and say,
yeah,
"Oh, we just need a few more pieces." You know what I mean? No, it's not going to
can,
exactly.
work this
can I
year.
say this real quick, CJ?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to make a very, very bold prediction right now.
All right.
The first quarter of the season, the Panthers would be no less than 2-2.
Okay. I would take that, and I was going to add on to that PPP. Let me tell you, I want these jokers to come out here and be in mid-season form by the end of the third preseason game. Like
Yeah.
I know that's not possible, but I'm just like, over the past couple years, like we really need this team to come out of the gates running. Like I
Hmm.
mean, like running full stride Kentucky Derby, last leg before the finish line. We need these cats
Hmm.
to come out here and be just striding, just gone. We can't deal with another year of, oh well, it's like you said, it's quarter way through the season. We 1-3, or 0-4 or whatever,
It's
and
not
it's
going to work
always like
this year.
it's not going to work.
Yeah.
We always starting on the back foot. We're behind the eight ball, and then we got to do all this catch up. And it's like, okay, that's cool, but by the time you catch up, everybody else is way
They
closer to
down, they
that
down,
goal,
they
and
down the road.
they down the road. If you want to take it for Charlotte terms, I mean, hell, everybody, if they at the beach and we in Lumberton or somewhere, we
Gosh,
ain't made
not
it there yet.
Lumberton.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
I'll
I'm
just
Hey,
turn
just
back around,
saying.
bro.
and here's the truth. Within the first 8 games, if the good teams who've already won 4 of them or 5 of them make it to the playoffs, we have
Mhm.
to win in them first 8 games, and not doing so, it's just not going to work this year. You can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
And I
Hey.
know Red. I know Red got his little small pencil. He don't wrote it down somewhere about my 2-2. But I honestly feel that that's plausible given the way that we ended the season. How Bryce Young went on that amazing, 8 weeks or however long it was, 11 weeks or 12 weeks after he got back from being benched. I think that that's very, very plausible, and I may be even underselling it, but I'm trying not to go too far out there, but I think 2-2 is generous right now. I think that is
Hey, how about this? How about 5 out of 8? The first 8, we want 5 out of 8.
five
That's
I
out of
think
eight
I
would be
think I
good.
think Panther Nation would take that. Yeah.
that's what we
Yeah,
have. 5 out of 8, and we want to close at least 5 out of 9.
5 wins by week 8 is like, man,
Yeah.
what?
Whew, bruh.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
Yeah.
what's going on in the card? We got Deontay, we got Mr. Hunky Dory, and Pastor Pope Podcast. Mr. PPP is joining us in the building tonight.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
thank you.
sir.
And I want Papa said it's past your bedtime, Red Swarm. I can hear Red laughing at that right now. I was gonna try to do a Red impression, but I ain't gonna mess with him. I say that for another one. But all right, well, let's go ahead and move on here. Okay, Lathan Ransom. All right, round 4, pick 122, 6 foot, 206 pound safety out of the Ohio State University, defending national champions. Now, I actually love this pick because I love it, and I'm kind of scratching my head on it all in the same breath because a Jonas Sanker and a Xavier Watts, was off the
Mm,
board. Now Lathan is kind of a in the box safety who will come down and smack the absolute shit out of you.
yeah.
Okay, he's a great run defender, but my only kind of skepticism with this pick is, we still have unless now we still have Nick Scott and Damani Richardson at free safety. Okay,
Right.
now mind you, I believe in Damani Richardson way more than I do Nick Scott, and I don't know. I think Julian Blackman may still be in play, for that free safety spot. But,
Hmm.
with Trevon Morig, as our starting strong safety, we definitely have a good depth piece in Lathan Ransom, to go behind him. 76 tackles, 9 tackles for loss, and three forced fumbles last year. So y'all tell me what y'all think about Mr. Ransom.
Yeah, I mean, great depth piece. I think he's exactly what you said. I mean, he's going to come, he's going to knock you until last week. He's that type of player. And the one thing I've noticed about Dan in these last couple of uh, his last draft here, and just what he did in free agency, is he's getting people that know how to freaking tackle. And
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
that's key. That's key right now because our tackling was horrible last year. So I like Lathan. Yeah, he is definitely a strong safety. I mean, he's going to play closer to the line of scrimmage. He's going to eat up the run, stop the run, which is good. And just like you said, we have Morig, who I believe is who could play multiple. He can play free and strong. But I like him for a depth piece because the one thing about it is, like I tell everybody, free agency is just a band aid contractual wise. Trevon Morig, Nick Scott, these people they wasn't drafted by the Panthers, so
Mm-hmm.
they have no ties in a sense outside of the contract. I mean, you can say the same thing for these people who we drafted, but to have your homegrown people here, I think it's important for us to really look at it as the future of the Panthers, and I think he's going to fall right into that category there.
Okay.
Yeah, I was watching the tape on him, and I saw him go up and hit the running back. I forgot which game it was, but he laid the
Oregon
wood. Yeah, he laid the wood on him. I mean, just
sure did.
straight up, shoulder to shoulder, looked him in the eye, and pow! And I said, I
Mm-hmm.
like him. I like him a lot. Did ain't no
Oh
shoulder
yeah.
tackle and he was chasing down a slot receiver, and
Mm-hmm.
he grabbed a hold of him. He didn't try to shoulder tackle him or soft tackle him, or he both hands on him and drug him down to the ground.
Okay. And one thing I saw notice about him, play recognition. Like when he diagnoses the play, it does not take him long to react. And he is downhill, heading to try and make a play. Deontay, what you got on Mr. Ransom here?
Yeah, I thought a solid pick. It's not exactly who I would, my first choice or second choice for safety, but I got to agree. I think it's good depth piece, which is something we need sometimes, especially after round 2 or 3, right? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the smart teams focus on just getting good depth pieces, right? Um, so yeah, I think it's a solid pick. I think he will be backing up Morik, right? So I'm not too mad at it. We'll see what he could do, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe also he could be good on special teams as well. You never know.
Okay. I got you. All right. Well, let's read his strengths and weaknesses here. Plays good with eye balance and instinct, strong and fairly sticky covering tight ends. Cleans up the yard against any pass catchers coming over the middle. Swift read and trigger to rush downhill and mix it up in run support. Strikes climbing blocks and ball carriers with the same force as we saw in the Oregon clip. Uses a peanut punch to jar the ball loose from ball carriers. Let me tell you, man. Hey, that's what I like to see. If somebody can come in here and start forcing some more turnovers, that
Yeah,
would be great, and he would definitely get more playing time. Like, he can come in and start doing that. We'll definitely see a lot more of him. And I think T. Cole said he said he could see him at big nickel and dime along with Moreg and whoever they bring in at free safety. I can see that too. I can see that
thanks.
too. Let me see. Built for special teams and blocked 2 punts in 2022. I can't remember the last time the Panthers blocked a daggone punt. It's been a minute. Or if it ain't, I just overlooked it because the team was so damn bad. All right.
They block.
I'm saying- All right. Weaknesses: below average burst to match route breaks and stay tight to the target. I got pushed back on that a little bit. Let me say
I
the tape I saw, the tape I saw on him. I mean, it was like, ooh, ball carrier got the ball. I'm out. Let me go ahead and get this.
Yeah,
So
he was already
we'll
moving.
see. Yeah, exactly. Could struggle with vertical receivers when isolated as a high safety. Face guards downfield instead of locating the football. Straight line pursuit angles limit ability to adjust on the fly. Needs to come to balance quicker as an open field tackler. Missed tackle total is a little higher than teams might like. Okay. Let me see. Let me get on his let me see. Let me go ahead. Hey, Will Robinson 843. Temperature Will, what's going on, big dog? How you doing?
Big Money Will.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
What's
What's
up,
going on
Will?
with you?
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Yeah. So
Hey,
Mac Baby
hey,
said,
hey. I
what's
thank
going
y'all
on?
for. I don't know when I came on. I don't know what all I missed, but I just wanted to hang out with y'all.
Oh, okay. I
Hey,
appreciate it. We talking about
welcome.
Mr. Lathan Ransom right now. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, let me see. Now,
but
go ahead,
Okay.
Miss Unkador.
oh, what I was going to say about face guarding, and that's normal in the NFL. You know what I mean? And you know, you learn how to twist. You learn how to see when he moves his hands. You know, when the receiver moves his hands to capture the ball or his eyes move. But face guarding is totally normal. You know what I mean? Um, it, I don't see why they even threw that in. You know, face guarding works quite well.
Okay. I got you. All right. Anybody else with anything on Mr. Ransom before we move on? All right, bet. Okay. Now, one of my favorite picks in the
Yes,
draft.
sir.
One of
Yes,
my
sir.
favorite picks. Let me go ahead and get my hat on back here like Ti, so I can start doing one of these right here again. Yeah, man. Mr. Mr. Cam Jackson, round 5 pick, 140. Again, 37 tackles, 2 sacks, 13 hurries, 6'6", 328-pound
Mm.
defensive tackle. Go ahead and put Shy Tuttle on the practice squad and let this man play. All right. Or moving down the depth chart, whatever. I'm so happy that they made
Mm-hmm.
this pick, because I was sitting there, I was like, if they don't do something at that nose tackle position in this draft, I'm going to raise all kinds of hell, and I'm glad I
Mm-hmm.
don't have to today. All right, but yes, I am happy with this pick. Y'all, let me know what you think about it.
Yeah. If I can, over at Panthers
Go
Prime
ahead.
Podcast, we looked at this guy maybe about 2 months prior to the draft, and we've called him Mr. Laydown. Just lay down, because this brother right here, all he gotta do is lay down, plug the hole up. That's it. I mean, he has
Mm,
great sideline to sideline speed as a big man. Once you get in his grasp, that's it. He's a force to be reckoned with on the defensive line. I like that he could play three tech. He could play the zero as well. I
mm-hmm.
mean, you can put this guy. Shoot, you may be able to put him in the five or even wide, and he can make some things work, man. He's so versatile and very, very quick on his feet for a big man. I mean, shout out to Mr. Laydown. Just lay down.
Mr. Laydown. I
Hey,
like that.
Pico, Mr. Laydown.
I love this kid, man. I watched his interview, and he's just this big, big kid with a big, big smile, and he's going to hit somebody. That big old mouth of teeth is going to go ha 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 ha. I know it's coming. I know it, and he's going to love every bit of it. That's how much excitement I have seeing him. I just want to see him because he's going to later hurt to somebody. He may not be a sacking machine, but he's
Hmm.
going to hurt somebody.
Yeah, and the thing is, now mind you, I think that he can come in, and like I said, like with all these guys, they can improve on things. He could probably become a better pass rusher as the season and hopefully the years go on. But what was one of the biggest things that we lacked somebody to be able to go in there and garner a double team. You know, we were rushing 5 and they were blocking with 5 with no problem. And you saw that game after game after game after game with no Derrick Brown. And like I said, you got Shy Tuttle was our nose tackle for most of the season. There was no person out there that was like, yeah, nah, we got to double team this dude. No,
No,
absolutely not. Absolutely not. It was
you know,
5-on-5 most time. And the thing that pissed me off with Evero, it's just like, you know, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong. He didn't blitz much. He did not blitz much. He would
No,
get in
sir,
those
you're not
sets.
lying.
Oh, okay, all right, cool. You know, and it seemed like if we were going to that what is it 4-2, what was it
4-2-5.
4-4-2-5, you know,
Mm-hmm.
he might bring one extra
Mm-hmm.
rusher, and they would get picked up every single time. I've seen the running backs pick them up. I've seen the tight ends pick them up. No problem. Like our defensive ends going against tight ends and getting stood up at the line of scrimmage. So I am glad, you know, that we got this guy, and him, between him and Bobby Brown the third. Hopefully we got two guys in here, like I said, that can garner a double team and free up, you know, a defensive end, free up an edge rusher, free up a blitzer, whether it's a linebacker, maybe a safety, maybe a corner, whoever. So I'm loving this pick, and I forgot who else was about to say something next, but go ahead.
yeah. Hey, what I want to say is last year we watched it. The hole opened up. It didn't matter it was the A or B gap, and a nose tackle just standing there. Ty Shuttle, he turned into the skinniest man in the NFL. His gut disappeared. His arm shrunk. It was like a piece of paper, and you'd see him turn around like, "What was that, George? What was
Did you
that?"
call, did you call him Tosh? Did you call him
He
Tosh
called him
Shuttle?
he called him Ty Shuttle, and I love it. I
Yeah,
love it. I will never call him Shy Tuttle again. He is
yeah.
Ty Shuttle from here
Tosh
on out.
Shuttle. Yeah.
He just shifted into a
How
blank
you
piece of
did
paper.
that?
But you notice last year, in our defensive ends, last year if they couldn't get past the tackle, you know what I mean? They stopped. They didn't press. They didn't turn. They didn't do nothing. We didn't see a
Mm-hmm.
safety blitz come out through it. You know what I mean? We didn't see it. This is the answer. This is the answer. Like you said, we've been looking for it. We needed it. And this young man, I'm telling you, he's going to be looking for the runner to come through there. Even if he can't get him, he's going to stick his hand out there and try and grab him. I didn't see his Ty Shuttle do that at all. You know what I mean? I'd see him blocking and being pushed back and run
Yeah.
right past him, and he didn't even know the runner went past him. He did not
Mm-hmm.
know it. You never saw his helmet turn. You know what I mean? And he'd turn around, and you'd see him jogging like, "Where'd he go? Oh, there's where he went."
Yep. I feel you. Deontay, Will, what y'all thoughts on Mr. Cam Jackson here?
Man, that's a big dude, bro. That is a big
Lay
dude, bro.
down, lay down.
Yes, sir. That's a big dude. I'm excited for him to be able, and I think he's going to get early playing time, but I do think he'll have a lot of time to be able to develop, and that's why I also like this pick. I
Mm-hmm.
think because of Shy Tuttle and such the defense and defensive line is already such a weak part of the game. Yeah, he's going to get some early reps, right? We're going to need all hands on deck, but I don't think they're really going to rush him and be like, you have to be the guy. And I think he has a
Facts.
lot of potential to be a cornerstone, kind of like I forget the Baltimore Ravens old um, Samoan defensive lineman, right? But I think he went undrafted or he went late in draft. But like it's those type of guys where the big dudes you give them time to develop. I think he could really be an important part of the defensive line. He has a lot of talent for sure.
Okay. Gotcha. Will?
Yeah, so for me, it's interesting because we did not have depth on that offensive line. Definitely did not have depth at the nose tackle. So
Mm-hmm.
the simple fact that they could even make sure that we have that
Mm-hmm.
saw that they've seen the same thing we saw. So that's the reason why this draft is an A plus.
Yeah.
I got you.
So and I am so excited because let's say week whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and we got an injury report, and the nose tackle got an injury report, and he has to start. We
Facts.
still feel confident that that is something that we can hang our head on. That is not a weakness. That's what make Panther football. So I'm excited. I'm so excited about this draft. My wife was like, I have never seen you this happy in damn 2 years. I'm
Yeah.
excited as shit.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Keep
Well,
pounding,
let,
Me
y'all.
too,
hey,
Will.
Right.
Me
I hear
too.
you. Hey,
That's right.
I hear you. Hey, look, I'm excited as shit, and I'm lifting three big gals at the club. Boy, let me tell you.
Hey. Hey. You lipping three, I'm lipping four.
Yeah. We're getting all 700 pounds worth.
Oh God,
Keep
yo.
pounding, y'all.
Hey, keep pounding, man. Keep pounding. But yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
man.
Well, let me go ahead and get into his strengths right quick. Freakish traits and measurables help him
Everything,
stand out.
everything, everything.
Has play strength and length to improve his block destruction. Damn, they said block destruction.
God
Plays
dang.
with adequate bend and a very powerful punch at the point. Uses height and length to swim blockers for quick wins. Keeps blockers out of his frame with good arm extension. Eventually overtakes blocks and shoves them aside. Let me tell you, I can't wait to see him throw some people to the sidelines. Yeah,
Throwing them out the club.
Everything opposite of Shy Tuttle.
exactly.
Yeah,
Throw him out the
exactly.
club. No. Tie shuttle.
Oh
Tie
yeah,
Shuttle.
shuttle.
my bad. Ty
Yeah,
Top
Shuttle. Ty
tie
shadow.
Shuttle.
shuttle. God, let me say, hey, and if by some chance he ever sees this, it's all fun. Like I said, I still think you a good player. You just on the wrong scheme. All right, but Cam Jackson's weaknesses: plays with inconsistent base, width, and block take on. Needs to keep pads square to avoid losing his gap leverage. Will get overextended into the block, causing some imbalance. Provided very limited pressure and no rush production. I think he can work on that. Poor first step quickness and sluggishness in short spaces as a rusher. Again, nothing on this list right here as far as weaknesses goes that I don't think that this young man can improve on, like the rest of the picks that we've seen so far. Okay.
I don't agree with that. Provides very limited pressure and no rush production. What?
I mean, I guess they'd see him as just more just a straight run blocker, And my thing is that he had 2 sacks last year. Let me tell you, I'd have been over the moon if we'd have got 2 sacks out of Shy Tuttle last year.
Well, we did get two fumbles from him.
Ah, whatever. They ain't sacks.
Old peanut
you know,
punch. Yeah.
yeah. But we'll see. We shall see. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to another
Oh
fifth
my
round pick.
gosh.
Pick 163, Mitchell Evans, 6'5", 258-pound tight end out of Notre Dame. Last year, he had 43 receptions, 421 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And at first, this pick kind of made me scratch my head a little bit, but we still have oh goodness, we still have Colin Granger, the guy who's the experimental tight end. Jordan Matthews, we have Jatavian Sanders, and good old faithful Tommy Tremble. I don't really have much on this guy. Now I do know his PFF, his contested win rate was 72.7%, which is pretty damn
Mm-hmm.
good. His
Mm-hmm.
overall grade was 65.3. Receiving grade 65.9, run block grade 60.7. And in his introductory press conference, he did admit that he was going to have to work on being a better run blocker. And he mentioned Nick Scorton, as they said that did he get a chance to play against him in the Texas A&M game earlier in the season, and they said he did. He was working his way back from an injury from 2024, but he said he thinks his biggest strength is his versatility. So y'all let me know what y'all think about Mr. Evans here.
So
Yeah, buddy. Oh,
I,
go
I
ahead.
gotta I gotta start with this one.
Go
Go ahead,
ahead.
Deontay.
This is my guy right here. Right, this is the
Okay.
guy I think sleeper, my favorite pick of the draft, and this is my guy. I think that he could be the best pick of the draft. People are going to say I'm crazy, but before he got injured, he was in talks to be one of the top tight ends in the whole draft. People were in love with Tyler Warren. Oh yeah, that should be the pick. That should be the pick. he was going in before he was injured, and even then he's fully healthy right now, so he's going to be fine. His catches are crazy. Please, anyone, just look at his highlight tape. He makes
Okay.
some phenomenal catches. He's not a burner. He's not going to be able to run fast, or he's not like a Jatavion Sanders or a Tommy Tremble, right? They're a little bit smaller guys, right, and they're going to be kind of get open that way. No, he's someone who reads the defense. He finds the soft zone, and then he makes the catch. And I'm telling you, this is my favorite pick of the draft. He's underrated. He can block. He can catch. I
Okay.
already have him as tight end too. Tommy's cool or whatever, but I think training camp we're going to see him as tight end too. And then yeah,
Oh
he's good.
wow. Okay. All right. What's the rest of y'all got?
Yeah, I I call him White Lightning.
Okay.
Watching his tape, and we watched it a couple times. Him and two other tight ends were far better than Tyler Warren, and he was one of them. This brother got hands like an octopus.
Uh-huh.
If you throw it close to him, he gonna catch it.
He gonna catch it.
He gonna catch it. It's gonna come in. If I was Unc, I would say hands, hands, hands. The brother got hands, man, and I see a situation where, and I agree with my brother that just spoke just now. I think that he is going to make this team. He's going to be on the 53 because he's going to be a red zone target with Ted. These two
Okay.
brothers on the field in red zone situations and third down conversions and fourth down. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, no, 336. You stop it.
Yeah.
No, 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 no,
He
no,
say,
no, no.
you
You
stop
stop it.
that.
Yeah, you stop that.
Hey,
I
and hold on, and real quick. I'm sorry, to cut you off, PvP. What's going on, Mr. Harvey? Doug said, "Good evening, Mr. Cleveland." I'm calling Mr. Harvey. Whenever I get back on Doug's podcast, I'm gonna be like, welcome to Family Feud, everybody. My name is What's Up, Doug.
You talking about Mr. Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Toes?
Oh God, I knew I was gonna get you with that one, Prime. What's going on, Doug? Man, how you doing, big dog? I heard Red Swarm in the chat. I saw him in the chat call him with the Mr. Harvey when Doug was live earlier, right before I went live, and that's what made made me think of that. But go ahead, Prime. I'm sorry to cut you off, man.
Yeah, call him coat rack. Anyway, yeah, Doug in coat rack, wide shoulders. Anyway, yeah, man, I tremendously love this pick, man. I think he's going to be amazing for Carolina red zone. Is going to be one of his sweet spots. We'll be looking for him in those times to make a play, and I agree. I think he's going to. I mean, he's not going to beat out like Trimble or Jatavion. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think so. In order to take their spot, but I think it's going to be tight end by committee. That's
Okay.
honestly what I feel, and I think Jordan Matthews, unfortunately, is going to get the short end of the stick again. Because why would I put just from a year removed tight end that we just drafted, Tommy Tremble, still serviceable. I mean, we ain't see
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Matthews except for the preseason. Yeah, I think the person that's out is going to be Jordan Matthews, and he's going to be added into the rotation and probably at a high regard because I can see the Panthers really capitalizing with this defense. We're going to be in the end zone a lot. He's going to get a lot of
Okay.
targets with that big frame. So yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, I feel bad, man. Let me tell you, Jordan Matthews, I really do like him, but I saw he always seems to end up on the bench or on the practice squad. But yeah, but
yeah.
I can't
Mhm.
disagree with you on that one, Prime. Go ahead. Somebody want to say something?
So, term. So, let me clear my throat when I say
All right.
Dan
There you
Morgan was
go.
cooking right here. I'm just going to tell y'all, boys and girls, right now. Dan Morgan was cooking right here. 6'5, 258.
Mm-hmm.
He raised the floor of the tight end room right here. In other words, he's saying that nobody's comfortable because you hear how we talking about my man's. That means that you talking about everybody else. Oh, I feel bad for this guy. I feel bad. I don't feel bad for nobody. We had
Facts.
7 years of a low win percentage.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
So what Dan Morgan is saying, Panther football is Panther football. Period.
That's right.
So we got a tight end that we
Mm-hmm.
we are all saying outwardly and expressively, hey, the offense, our low end of the roster, we love
Mm-hmm.
y'all, but y'all got to go.
Up out of here.
Yep.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I can
Now,
see it.
So that's you know what. So you got to think about when we drafted Luke Kuechly, the Hall of Famer. Think about
Mm-hmm.
what our linebacker room looked like at the time.
Mm.
I'm not saying that this is a Luke Kuechly moment. I'm saying that Dan Morgan understands what it takes to build a championship team. I'm
Okay.
excited. I'm excited for what Dan Morgan is doing. This draft pick is not so much about the player that we're talking about, but what Dan Morgan is cooking. That dude, in other words, I'm from South Carolina. Y'all boys from North Carolina, so y'all know where parballing is cooking. That's parballing right there.
I've
That's
heard of
parballing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm from Miami. I don't know what that is. My bad. I'm sorry.
it.
now,
I got you. I
all right.
got
Let me jump in for a minute. I want to
you. Go ahead.
fill in this. I'm gonna go back on what Prime said about his catchability. I seen some really really ugly throws thrown to him, and he caught the ball. They were low. They were
Mm-hmm.
over his shoulder where he wouldn't think he'd be able to catch them. Um, where I think he will fit, I think he will fit if we have a double tight end setup, close end zone. 10 yards or less, he's going to be the one that's going to be on the goal line. He's going to do that like a slot receiver coming in at the goal line and turning in, and you're going to throw it to him that fast. And the other tight end is going to be the one going for the corner, or a receiver. But I don't think we'll see this person running down the field like Gronk. Okay, it's just
Mm-hmm.
not him. He's going to
Yeah.
be 1 to 15 yards, turn in, boom, throw it to him. That's exactly what we want. He's not going to be a 25 yarder. He's not going to be a 30 yarder. He's going to be a short yardage specialty.
I totally disagree with you.
No, 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 no. I totally disagree with you.
Yeah, hold on, sir. Well, hold on, sir. I said it first, so yeah, you can't copy me. But yeah, I totally disagree with you because I think when you go back and you look at his tape, he is a guy who can find the open grass. He's not going to burn you.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to put up a lot of separation, but what he has is frame. He to me his body type is almost like a Tim Duncan. You know what I mean? Box out,
Mm-hmm.
type of movement, high catch point. Little boy in people. So I don't think that if you relegate, listen. Canellis, first of all, when have you ever seen in out of the 17 games that we've had where Canellis has his tight ends doing 1 to 5 yards, turn around, catch the ball? This ain't Frank Reich. All right, that's
Mm.
first and foremost. So when you look at what Canellis does, his scheme and how he operates, you're going to see tight ends going up the seam, just like we've seen Tommy Tremble going up the
Mm-hmm.
seam, making plays, i.e., Raiders game, going up the seam, making plays. So I would not get him just for him to do 1 to 5 yards, turn around and catch. Those days are over.
Okay.
I said 1 to 15. I didn't say 1 to 5. Okay. And when I said we're short yardage, we're in a tight end zone. You know what I mean? And we're in the red zone. I said he's going to be the one on the goal line because of his ability to catch in a small window. He's going to be turned around and he's going to come around right across the goal line and they're going to throw it to him. He's very good at catching them balls. That's what I'm saying. That's how I see him fitting into our offense. His niche is really good in that area.
Yeah. I can see a mixture of both. I can see what Prime is saying. I can see what you're saying too, Mr. Hunky Dory. And if we could get a little mixture of both of that out of him, I think that'll be a win, for him being a fifth round pick. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. But let me go
Well,
through his
well, I hope
strengths.
Prime is right. I'd love to see him. You know what I mean? I do believe he
Mhm.
has a lot of potential, but I'm just saying what I can see him fitting in. You know what I mean? Everybody else,
I got you.
we've already seen what they can do. I just seen this is a good area for him.
Well, Mr. Hunkadory, it's very rare that I am wrong. So yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, CJ. I'm sorry.
I got you. All right. Adequate acceleration out of stems and breakpoints. Willing to get rough with handsy coverage at the top of the route. Uses frame and hand strength to win when contested. Tim Duncan, as Prime said. Hands catcher with quality radius to bring in tough grabs. Mr. Hunky Dory said. Good size with adequate play strength as a run blocker. Latches into defenders' pads with strong hands. Shows ability to seal the edge for stretches and counters. Okay.
Nice.
All right, weaknesses. Too easily slowed by press and early redirection. Tight hips cause route drift out of turns. Below average threat to add yards after the catch. Needs to guard against overstepping block fits in line. Average strain and finish against players his size. Suffered a broken foot in 2022 and a torn ACL in 2023. And he did say that, in like that first game of the season, he had 9 snaps. So they worked him back gradually into the offense as the season went on. So let's hope that worked out for him, and let's hope he don't have any more issues with that going forward. All right. All right. Now we're going to move on to our last pick of the draft. Mr. Jimmy Horn Jr. All right,
Yeah.
round 6, pick 208 out of Colorado. And I think this might end up being one of the most interesting picks in this draft. Last year, 37 receptions, 443 yards, 1 touchdown, 5'10. And let me see. I kept reading somewhere they say at the combine, I think it was 5'8, but everywhere else I looked at say it was 5'10. So I put 5'10 up here, 174 pounds. The one thing about Jimmy Horn, he can get the ball and he can be out. He can make plays. And I think this is something that the Panthers have been sorely lacking, over the last few years, is a wide receiver, who can get some yards after the catch. All right, who can come across the middle, catch the ball, take it to the house. We had one I would consider like really long play last year, and that was that 89-yard touchdown to Jalen Coker in the Cowboys game. I don't remember too many more plays being over, maybe 40 yards, but we do need this type of player, in our system. Now, mind you, I think he'll probably be, more so in the kick and punt return game starting out. But this is one of those players where I always say, if you get a coaching staff that can put a player in the right situation, take advantage of that particular player's skill set. I see there be a lot of situations, a lot of formations that Jimmy Horn Jr. can be inserted into this offense and be able to succeed. Okay. But again, like I said, you put the right players in the right situations, which is something that the Panthers haven't done in the last few years. And I think we took a step in that direction a little bit last year. Hopefully we can, continue to walk that way this year as well. What do y'all guys think about Mr. Jimmy Horn Jr.?
Well, let me ask, since Prime is always right, I want him to pronounce because I was really, really after somebody, hoping the Panthers got him out of Eastern Washington. And Prime says his name so eloquently that I want Prime to say his name.
Yeah, hit the cash app first and I'll do it.
Well, I've already hit it. It's already been paid. The dues have been paid. Come on, I until they picked Horn. You know what I mean? I was hoping they picked Efren Chisholm the third.
Oh no, it's not
Oh,
Ephraim.
F
It's Efton
Efton
Chisholm.
Chisholm the third.
The third. Yeah, Ephraim. What an
Yeah.
argument.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, come on, we need him." Adam, he's 34. And I'm thinking, we went to him so much last year. You know what I mean? I believe the Horn can fill in. You know what I mean? It might be coming into that spot. I was hoping that Chisholm would come into that spot. I am so happy to see this pick. I am just tickled pink. Um, it just made the whole draft just like boom, A plus, and that's where I was sitting at. But I just couldn't say his name so eloquently. It was so you did it so perfect. You were right when you said it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have many years in being right. So, but anyway, this this brother here, comp Ted getting speed with better hands. Um,
Mm,
is that fair?
Yes.
That
Ted
is
Ted
fair.
Ted getting speed
okay.
with better hands. I mean, gosh, I mean he's electric. Give him a blade of grass. He takes 50 yards.
Mm.
Um,
But
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, Brian, but I will say though, that season that Ted Ginn 2015, I'm not gonna lie. Ted Ginn, something happened with him that year. He did not drop much, if any, that
He
year.
ain't dropped
He
much
he
that
he
year, but he ain't
he
dropped much that
he
year.
yeah. He was locked in that 2015 season. I'm sorry. Go ahead, continue, Prime. I'm sorry.
Hey,
Go ahead,
I mean,
buddy.
I mean, I mean, since you opened the door, that double reverse joint that they used to run, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
listen, let me tell you something. That was his bread and butter, and even on that corner route that he ran, where he was, I think we played Atlanta that year, and Cam had the whole crowd going crazy with the dab. He was like, "Hold on, wait," and then did the dab. I mean, that
Mm-hmm.
that to me was one of Ted Ginn's best catches. I mean, he absolutely burned that team. I think it was the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, it was just absolutely amazing. But I do believe Jimmy Horn has trace of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the Colorado State game that they keep playing the replays. I mean, the highlights of.
Yeah.
But he totally beat. I think they were in cover two, maybe, because there's no reason why the middle of the field was that open. It had to have been cover two, and he just totally got behind the linebackers in front of the safeties, man, and just hit that spot, bro. And just, it could have been a dig route he was on. I mean, and just, I mean, just took off. His
Mm-hmm.
speed after the catch taking off is out of this freaking world. And it's a level of speed that Bryce Young has not had since he's been a Carolina Panther. We tried it with DJ Chark. Yeah, okay, whatever.
No.
We didn't have it outside of him. We didn't have it last year. We had a lot of players that were quick but not fast. We finally
True.
have a player who's fast.
How
Okay.
Yeah, I
many
love it.
how many defenses are going to be able to keep up with Horn? How are they going to adjust to him? Because he is that fast and that shifty. I mean, he can turn on a dime and boom, he is in fifth gear and he is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's hope not. Let's hope none of them.
Well, I mean, yo, if
Let's
you
hope
really
none
if you
of
really look at it, CJ, like how are they going to
them.
be able to Jimmy Horn, Adam Thielen,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Coker, Excel, I believe Hunter
Ted.
Renfro, Ted, Hunter Ren,
Mm-hmm.
bro, like we've done. Dan Morgan has done exactly what every Carolina Panthers fan has been asking: get someone that can stretch the field. We had a lot of good receivers. We found out that Jalen Coker got some wheels against the Cowboys. How he pulled away
Mm-hmm.
from that DB. But I'm just saying, know that you have pure speed out there. You're going to stress a lot of defenses out who used to play us so close to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, try that this year. Try
It
it.
is
See what
going to
happens.
Okay.
cause panic. Like you got like hornets in the room. Everybody's going to be scrambling to keep up with somebody and get out of the way of somebody else.
Yeah.
They used to
Hey.
keep. They used to keep. They used to almost keep two strong safeties on the field.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
that's crazy. Hey, and real quick, y'all. Doug, I do apologize, man. I heard that beat twice, and let me tell you, this is my first run back in Streamyard again, and I didn't realize I had to scroll down. I heard the thing twice. I heard it click. So what's going on there, Mr. Harvey? How you doing, sir?
Every
Oh,
day
hold
he
on.
need. I was just
Go
gonna
ahead,
tell
say
that
it
beat.
again, Doug. I had the wrong I had the wrong thing up there.
I said I was gonna tell that beat up bot Chevy that if he want to see me, we can go for a race.
Beat up box Chevy. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about PPP,
Hey, hey, let me tell you.
promoting Perm Productions.
Hey, let me tell you, sir. When you walk up on me, I'm just gonna call the police because as soon as you make a left turn, that's gonna be abuse. That brother's shoulders is wide as a pole. Yeah.
Tell,
Oh,
tell,
Yo, Hey,
Self
what Doug?
promoting Perm Productions. What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hey,
Excuse me, man.
when now that we got you up here, I know you did an interview with Jimmy Horn when we were
Correct.
at
We're
the
at the
Shrine
Shrine
Bowl,
Bowl.
man. Give us your thoughts on Mr. Horn.
You were. I kind of told you. I honestly felt Jimmy was gonna be an opportunity for us to get, and lo and behold, we got him. So, Jimmy just brings a different element, and I'm not gonna repeat what PPP just said. Like PPP gave the best settlement. Like he and Mr. Hunky
Mm-hmm.
Dory heard it too. He brings a different element that we don't have to the team. All those gadget plays that we've been wanting to run for Tompkins or Adam Thielen, he brings a different
Mm-hmm.
gear to this offense. And if you heard his post draftee interview, he said that somebody tried to get, and I'm sorry, I'm getting some stuff before I head out
You
early in the
good.
morning. The thing that he said is we've already had conversations. I'm not going to tell you what they have told me, but I've had conversations with them to discuss what I bring to this team. So they have a plan for him. What that plan may be, we'll just have to wait and see because unfortunately we won't see it during training camp. So
Facts. Okay.
for me, I watched Colorado games, having the opportunity to see him play with a different quarterback outside of Shador Sanders, and for him to still compete and get that shine. And like he said, I think he said he got his combine um, invite the same week when we were there at the Shrine Bowl. So I'm just glad that he was a Panther because I also want to take Wester as well. But we got one of those
Mm-hmm.
guys, so I cannot be upset with, adding another wide receiver to help this offense take it over the top.
Okay. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Now,
Facts. Facts.
I got a question.
Go ahead, Miss Hunky.
What offense can we compare to what we have, what we just drafted? You know what I mean? With
Kansas City. Kansas City.
thank you, the big bodies, and we have the speedsters.
Kansas City.
They keep on bringing in rotational pieces, and this is fresh. They got That's what I'm saying. We have revamped our offense with this. This is an offense that we haven't seen in Carolina history. This is going to be a whole new offensive setup, and we're going to expect a lot different now.
Mr. Hunky
Okay.
Dory, I said this the other day. We're mirroring what top teams who pick 20 to like 32 what they do. We 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 haven't seen a team like this ever. And I'm gonna be honest with you. And I know this is early. This is preliminary talk right here. But guys, I think we have the potential to see a team better than 2003 and 2015. I'll I'll rest my mic.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's bold.
hey,
That's bold,
God
Perm.
Almighty, from your lips to God's ears.
you know,
Bruh.
all this can be possible. Hey, Red Swarm, highlight what he said. Comes down to the play of the QB. The QB is playing hot. We have the right receivers in place. We have the new talent coming in. If he's still hot,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to do something.
Yeah.
It's not if,
And you
he will be.
Yeah, and you know what, Red? I know it's probably about your bedtime. I'm glad you're still in here, but I'm gonna say this. You said it's simple, like it comes down to the play of the QB, and I'm just overjoyed that y'all paying that man $18 million to sit on y'all bench. I'm sorry, Red. I'm sorry. I
No,
had to say
no, I ain't sorry. Good. That's good for, and
it.
I'm glad that they charged them over $200,000 in fines. The Falcons are dirty. Yeah. They're a dirty organization
It should
led
have
by
cost.
Red and the Bird Lady.
It should have cost them a draft position next year. I think they got off too
Yo,
light. Should have cost
that
them a
they
draft pick.
did.
They
They
got off too
did.
light.
They really need to throw some picks in there with that too.
Yeah, they do.
That's wild, man. That was terrible. That was
Yeah,
terrible what that boy did. Terrible.
yeah,
You do not prank call these cats on draft day.
yeah.
You don't do that. These cats have been working and waiting for this for all their lives. I mean, in as young as they are, and somebody, I mean, the unmitigated gall to
Mm,
get the number and do a goddamn prank call. Like, let me
mm.
tell you, he need his ass whooped.
They
I mean,
videotaped him.
he need
Hey,
his ass
so
whooped.
they need to give up their 2027 first round pick and a
Hmm.
2027 second round pick. That's what I think should happen to the fucking Dirty Birds.
Yeah, because he
Will,
did what, two of them, or was
he
it
did
just
three.
Shador?
He did three.
Three.
Yeah,
Oh,
he did three.
yeah,
Yeah, three
man.
strikes you out. Yeah, and,
Nah,
and,
mm-mm.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, the Falcons. If I was a Falcon fan, I would disown my whole team for that. You know, I would.
Yeah. Good luck with
Red,
that.
Red. Just come on over to the Panthers, because over the past couple of years, your team has been just bad. I mean, just horrible, my brother.
Diabolical.
You over there tampering last year. Kirk Cousins made y'all. First of all, he took a pick from y'all, then hogtied y'all with a no trade clause, and took your money.
Mm,
And then you
Lord.
got the
And
then you got the coach's son calling play. What y'all got going on in Atlanta? What's
they
going
paying all
on?
that they paying him all that money to mess with hangnails on the sideline. He
Hey,
gonna be
this
sitting
Yeah,
on the bench
it,
biting his
yeah,
fingernails.
to
yeah.
me,
It's all
this
it's,
is
it's
Yeah.
all that lemon pepper. That's what it is.
this
Yeah,
is just as bad as Sean Payton behind the scenes paying people to hurt people. You know what I mean? You have
Mm,
32 teams. Confidentiality is key in the draft. You know what I mean? Secrecy
yeah.
is draft. To have this out at the draft, the most important time in the new year, for any team, they should have fired him. You know what I mean? They should have went to court and pressed charges against his son. You know what I mean? And yeah, taking a draft pick away. I don't care if first, second, third, or first. Whatever. It was too late. You know what I mean? And $350,000, and you got a salary of cap space of 350 million, buddy. Let me tell you what, you give him
Yeah.
millions. You're not getting
They got
thousands.
they got off with a slap on the wrist, like really and truly. They did. They really did.
they should get that
All
money
right.
to every. They should get that money to everybody who they called. Give them $100,000.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, look, double it. Shit. They got the money. All
Hmm.
right. Deontay. Oh, excuse me. Deontay, you anything you want to sell Mr. Horn here?
Yeah, no, I think everyone did a great job covering. I'm excited more so besides his wide receiver aspects. I really am excited to see his return aspects. And since this is the last draft pick, I think this is something I did want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at all of Morgan's picks, they seem like they are, they're high quality guys, right? They're people who there's not besides the Etienne that incident, but beside all that though, all of them they seem like they just want to get in there, they just want to work. There's no real off the field question marks or anything like that. I'm really excited about all of these draft picks, and I'm really excited for Horn as far as the kick return aspects and maybe even punt return. We'll see.
Uh,
Okay.
Deontay, can I spell it out for you?
Yes,
D
sir.
A W G S exclamation exclamation dogs dogs dogs.
Yes, sir. You right about that.
Yes, sir. Hey, and real quick, everybody. Hey, thank you to my brother, Mr. What's Up Dub, for the $10 super chat. Said sorry I had to get off the fiance call, fellas, but the draft picks to me, but the draft has to be one of the best in the organization's history. Yes, yes, yes. I will say this from top to bottom. This definitely has to be one of the best because the difference is with this draft and a lot of our other drafts. I can see just about everybody in this draft carving some kind of a niche on the field and being
Hmm.
able to contribute. We've had drafts in the past where we were like, oh, okay, well, we got such and such and so and so. It's like let's just see how this pans out. Like you can sit there, you can talk on, you can look at tape and whatnot, but it's just like you got different confidence about this draft here. Okay, like I said, you
Yeah.
can literally see each one of these picks contributing on the field, whether Jimmy Horn and Trevor Etienne be in the backfield, wide receiver, or on special teams. You know what I mean? Lathan Ransom, all the way up to Ted, Princely, Nick, Mitchell Evans, like all of them. So yeah,
Yeah,
but again, thanks, Doug, man. I appreciate you as always, my brother.
and
Hey,
I'll
real
tell
quick, let me say this to Dougie. I absolutely agree with him, man. But he's lying. The reason why he got off the phone is because he had to put cod liver oil on his shoulders. So tell the people the truth, Dougie. Stop lying to us. Cod
Hey,
liver oil.
PPP, cod liver oil. That word is them words are banned here on Armchair GMCJ. I have too
What?
many memories.
you.
I have too many memories of my getting sick and my grandma here. Take this cod liver oil. Yes,
Yeah.
we don't speak them words around here, dog.
My Australian grandmother. I could hear my grandmother's accent. She was from Australia. Here, take this, take this, take this. Oh, and you choke on it for a half an hour. You smell it for 3.
Oh,
You burp it up for 5.
oh, and don't let them give you like now. We had this stuff. My grandma used to call it sab. I guess it was more like kind of like Vicks or something, but it came in this little blue metal tin that was
Oh
about yay
yeah.
thick,
It's
and
called
on top
Sab.
of yeah, it's called yeah.
Sab.
Okay, I bought yeah sab. Yeah, all right. I ain't want to sound too country up here,
Yeah,
but man,
yeah.
let me
I'm
tell you.
country down
So
here.
you can rub it on you for ailments and stuff. But when we got sick, grandma used to take her index finger and scoop some of it out and be like, here, and put it on your tongue. But she'd take it and do like
On
this
your
and be like,
tongue.
swallow it. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Lord. Yes,
No,
Lord.
Absolutely.
you
If
supposed to
I'm
rub that
lying, I'm
on your
flying, dog.
you supposed to
If
rub
I'm
that on
lying,
your
I'm flying.
chest.
And
Yeah,
you ain't
yeah,
flying. You ain't
yeah.
lying and you
I'm
ain't
telling
flying,
you.
bro.
Now,
Yeah,
now,
I'm
now, hold,
telling you,
now, hold
dog.
on, CJ. You supposed to put that on your chest, ain't that? You can eat
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Well, if we couldn't, I mean, I guess I'm feeling the effects of it now. And maybe if I'm my knee clicking when I go upstairs or something. I
Hey,
don't know.
hey, PPP, you a city boy.
I'm a city boy, yo. My grandma never put that.
Woo.
Yo, she rubbed it on your chest. I
Oh
mean, it
Eh,
opened everything up. You know what I mean? And I used to hate that, but cause you smell like eucalyptus all day for like 4 days.
man.
But
Oh, we had some
yeah.
remedies, dog. Remedies, bruh.
yes. Yes.
Deep down in the south.
Right. All right. Back to the topic. When we go
Yes,
back to
sir.
free agency, they laid the plan in free agency. If you go down through free agency and see who we got, and when we look at the positions, it says improved, improved, improved. Every spot we didn't improve, we drafted. We drafted
Yeah.
in the spot we didn't improve in.
Ain't nobody
Okay.
afraid of Red. Red hit the lick. Ain't nobody afraid of you. Yeah, what's wrong with you? Y'all
Look, man,
don't want
hey,
this
hey,
smoke.
he
Hey,
got hey.
Red, let me tell you, Red ain't coming on here. He currently rubbing that tiger balm in between his toes right now. He done had a rough day.
Man, you made me sneeze.
He had a rough day. All right, let
God
me go
dang,
ahead
not
and
the
let
tiger
me go ahead and
bomb.
get the let me go ahead and get to his strengths and weaknesses. All right, strengths possesses speed to take the top off defenses, hits route stems and turns without losing speed, small but fearless with good catch focus in traffic, made plays that flash his ball skills in most games, speed to turn crossing routes into big gainers, can be used on gadget runs and kick returns. And I think that is where he is going to make a lot of his money at. All right. Weaknesses: short, slender frame will raise durability concerns. I think he'll be okay. Release was slow by physical press versus Colorado State, and like you said, PP, they really harping on that one game. Hampered by focus drops in 2023. Needs tighter turns on in breaking routes. Will need to prove he can thrive without college spacing. I think he will be okay. I think the Panthers can give him can what's the word I'm looking for? Can create all the spacing he may need as far as different route and combinations with him and his fellow wide receivers and what they had to do. All right. And the Panther boy, thank you for the $2 super chat. Said Walker was definitely all smoke and ATL took the bait. Yep, yeah, you sure did, sure did. Hey, and again, thank you for the $2 super chat, man. I greatly appreciate you. And Red said I'm right, so he over there. He about to lay it down for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Red them put the
God, and
small
thank you.
pencil down.
Thank you, Panther Boy, again, man. Tico said a little dollar for vapor rub. That's country for sure. Then, hey, that damn show is. I ain't disagreeing with that because never in my life have I heard anybody else tell me that story except for my cousins and my sisters. That's about it.
What's a dollop? What's a dollop?
It's just a
It's just
fingertip.
whoop, just a fingertip. Yep, that's it. Yep,
Okay, a
that is
dollop
it.
is a fingertip. Okay, learn
hmm
something every
Oh,
day.
thank you. Hey, appreciate you for joining, Deontay, man. I thank you. You dipped at the right time, man, because we about to go ahead and close up shop here in a second, man.
Are we gonna
But
pray for Dougie's shoulders first before we go?
you know what? No, we gonna leave
Get up
Dougie
off Doug's
alone.
shoulders.
we gonna leave Doug alone. God almighty. Okay, man. Hey, let me see. Let me go back and get over here and add everybody back to the stage. Okay. And I just wanted to thank. First of all, I want to thank all of y'all for joining me tonight. I greatly appreciate it. This has been a lot of fun. Um, hold on, wait a minute. do do a dollar with Daisy. I was thinking that in my head in the car. I swear I was. I swear I was. But again, I think Prime, Will, Mr. Hunky Dory, Deontay, Doug, I thank everybody for coming up here tonight. I think everybody in the chat. The chat has been great. Y'all have been hilarious. Y'all have had great questions. Thank you everybody for the super chats. It's greatly appreciated. I will make sure it goes into making this channel better and to bringing more things and more content to y'all who make my channel what it is today. And I greatly appreciate y'all. But that was our recap of the Carolina Panthers 2025 NFL draft. I will do another separate video or live on the undrafted free agents. I want to take a little bit more time, and I know we have the one linebacker out of, I think it's Fresno State, who transferred from
Tua.
USC.
Woo!
Yes, who is
Woo!
just a scud missile. You know, I've seen some clips on him. I can't wait to look a little bit more into Kobe Hudson, who I thought was definitely going to be drafted. Definitely
Mm,
going to be drafted. He fell. There's a wide receiver from Miami who I think might have a little interest in too, as well.
mm-hmm,
So, like I said, Musa Muhammad the third, little
mm-hmm,
Moose. I mean,
mm-hmm.
it's an interesting it's a very interesting undrafted free agent class, and I'm definitely want to take a look at some of the defensive picks. I think there's a couple cornerbacks and a couple safeties, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see. But before we get out of here, man, everybody, y'all go ahead and shout yourselves out and tell the world where they can find you.
Well, I want to take the time to throw it back at you, y'all. Please support Armchair GM, man. Great content over here, man. Help him get to 2,000 subs. You know what I mean, man. He's putting good content out, very clean content, man. I mean, y'all support him, man. Super chat it up, cash app it up. Support CJ, man. He's doing good work over here, and that's what I want to say.
Appreciate you, Prime, man. Thank you, dog. Appreciate you. Hey, and the car says, he said, I swear to God, if you move that hat one more time. Hey man, that's what I do. That is what I do. When I have hats on, I'm continuously doing this. And as y'all saw tonight, yeah. Will and Mr. Hunky Dory, man. Tell the people where to find you. Got any last words before we get out of here?
You'd find me in the background. I'm always in the background. I'm a lurker. I'm a lurker. I may not be chatting or saying anything, but I'm always lurking. I want to say, first of all, I don't know everything about the game. And coming in and listening and talking, I really learn a lot from the game. I enjoy listening to the podcast. I enjoy the conversations. I love the game. We've all had something involved with it. I've played the game and so on. I did not have the talent to make it any higher. I admit that, but it still doesn't take that love of the game away. And I will say that when I really fell in love with the game was a long time ago, and I hit this guy and heard his breath come out of him, and I hit him that hard, and he went to the ground and he was like, "Oh." I said, "That's
Mm.
what I love the game." And every time I watch it, the defense on there and somebody gets slobber knock, I can hear his breath come out of him again. I love it. I love it every time. I show up every game just to see it. And thank you for letting me be part of this. And y'all be blessed. God bless. Take care of yourself.
Always.
I'm about to watch out
Always.
for Miss Uncle Dory. Yeah,
I'm
that was
telling
that
you.
was sick and demented. My God.
Hey, let me tell you, somebody comes across the middle and gets hit. Miss Hunky Dory hit living room. He goes, "Hey, Will, man, what you got before we get out of here, dog?"
Hey, I don't got no YouTube channel, but I'm just gonna say a couple of things. One,
All right.
Nakari is always hilarious, but then when you
Always.
put him on
Always.
camera, the motherfucker quiet as shit.
He is. He really is. He really is.
Hey, so I'm just gonna put that out there. And the other thing I want to say is the Carolina Panther like YouTube ecosystem is incredible. You got PPP, you got the Armchair GM. We got Past the Trenches gonna come back. So if you don't know who
Oh yeah,
Pastor Trenches is, you got to
that's
figure that
Tony.
out. You got
Oh my bad.
all of these other creators, and I'm gonna tell you, this is 60% of my entertainment. And I thank y'all. I appreciate all of y'all. So whenever I can get a chance to get on and just chop it up or whatever the case may be, it is incredible. Thanks, Prime. Thanks for the C3 Nation. Thanks for Black Cat Panther Podcast. All of these guys that create all of these great contents. I appreciate everyone. It's been incredible. And I only can imagine once we start winning, we gonna be up so incredible. It's cool because we're not gonna know how to act. So we gotta monitor this shit. We're not gonna know how to act.
Oh, we gonna be
I'm
acting
just letting
dumb
y'all,
on here.
everybody know right now.
Oh,
All
we
right,
haven't looked
y'all.
at that.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right. So y'all, with that being said, we're gonna get on up out of here. Again, thank you to everyone that joined tonight. Thank you to the folks that came up on the panel and chopped it up with me. I greatly appreciate it. As I get out of here tonight, before I give you my three things, I will say this. Take a lesson from me this weekend. Reach out to your family, love your family, check on your peoples, make sure they're all right. If it's nothing but a simple phone call. When I saw my uncle this past weekend, I didn't see him how I wanted to. I wanted to see him. Me and my dad had to go visit him in the ICU and he was not conscious. But I did get to talk to him a couple days before he ended up in there. So I will cherish that. But like I said, man, love your folks, check on them, and yeah. And also, wait a minute, before we get out of here, we have Nakari. Uh-oh. Will, you don't brought him out, Will.
God
What's up,
dang.
everybody? What's
Hey,
up?
brother.
What's up, Nakari?
What's up, PvP? What's up, Mr. Hunky
What's
Boy?
up, Nakari?
Hi, buddy.
Man, I don't be quiet. I just be trying to, let people have they space to talk. That's all. That's all.
But Will got a point though. When you
Nah,
in the chat, let me tell you, you sound like you just screaming into the chat, and he be like, "Yeah, what's up, everybody? I
man.
don't be quiet."
Hey,
It's how my
thank
voice
you.
is. It's how
Thank
my
you.
voice is. It don't get no higher. It don't get no lower. It's
It don't. It really don't. I've never heard you talk any higher than what you said right there, or any lower.
if
But
I ever have,
Nakari comments be fire.
They do.
Hey, so
They
I'm gonna
do.
tell you.
Okay, I'm gonna
Let me
carry
tell
weight.
you. I download your podcast when I'm flying out of country or whatever, and I only turn on the comments to listen to Nakari say whatever he gonna say.
damn, I gotta
That should
start a
be so
podcast.
funny.
Yo,
I
it
don't be
do, man.
joking like on the mic like that because I say some crazy things and that go over better
You do.
through chat. If I say
You
some of
do.
the stuff I said in the chat up here, for one, I don't want to do that to CJ. I don't want to do that to
Are
his
you good?
podcast. Duh, what's up, man? What's wrong? You already went
Hey,
live the same time CJ went live. Now you talking shit like, come on
no,
now.
See,
hey,
here
I
he
like this
comes.
one.
Here
I,
he
I like
comes.
this one. I like this one. He said CJ looking like the Black John Cena with that hat and shirt. I dig that. I dig that. Hey, he the champ right now. Even though I ain't wanted to be that way, he the champ right now.
I can hear the
I'll
music.
take that.
Dun, 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 John Cena.
Yo, appreciate that, man. Hey, Cheshire Cat said your voice is just perfect in the car.
I'm gonna hit you with an Ayo, but nah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
You know,
I
Yeah,
hear
hey,
you.
yo.
the car reminds me of a DJ, and
Oh,
they used
that's
to
what
play
I do.
they used to play
That's
the
what I
slow
do.
jams. I went to Job Corps Kittrell, and they had 87 or 97.5 out of Danville or something, and they used to have the slow jams and call it the Midnight Thunder. You know what I mean? And they had this guy, the soft one, and we're talking tonight. We got Barry
Oh
White
my
on. We're
goodness.
going to
Yeah,
play it
yeah.
nice and slow.
Welcome to the Midnight Storm, the Quiet Storm. The hour is
Yes,
10:35
yes,
p.m.
yes.
We're gonna open up the line for
Lord.
caller
Mr.
requests.
Hunky Dory, you okay?
Yeah, exactly. You all right?
Yeah,
Uh,
I
let
got
me get the
deja
heck up out
vu.
of here.
I
God
got,
Well, hey,
dang.
let me tell you,
Hey,
I got to
my
go see if this
dog.
quiet storm waiting for me in the house.
it was the quiet storm. Yeah, it was it was the quiet storm, and they used to play all the
Boy,
soft R&B at night, And he has the exact same voice like deja vu, man. It's creepy.
We got to watch Mr. Hunky Dory. Yeah.
I'm telling you.
That's the second offense. Third time, we gonna put something across your back. Yeah.
Nah, he gonna knock the air out of you.
Yeah. And say, oh.
Yo,
And
all right.
then old box shoulders gonna run over there, and old box shoulders, box
Hey,
shoulders.
leave my boy Doug
Yeah.
alone.
Y'all are
But
crazy.
all right, hey man, I appreciate all y'all for joining me again. Nakar, I appreciate you jumping on late, man. But I always think I am gonna hit you up here because I do got
CJ, you've
something I
been
want to
saying
ask
that
you.
for like a month and a half, bro. We'll see.
And I might be saying it for another 2 months, but just know I'm consistent with it.
Just
Okay.
know when the season start, I ain't picking up.
Okay, I got you. I'll make sure I get there before the season starts.
And I'm still
got you.
burning down your shed. Don't think I won't.
Okay, all right, I
'Cause
got
you done
you.
touched
Hey,
the hat like 6 more times.
whatever. You gonna have to deal with a very beautiful lady in the house if you burn the shed down. All right.
One more hat adjustment.
I am afraid of her, but I'm still gonna burn it down.
All right, I got you. Hey, but y'all, as always, man, I appreciate y'all. And I'm gonna leave y'all with 3 things. All right. Number 1, y'all be good. Number 2, y'all be safe. And number 3, as always, Panther Nation, keep pounding, man. We'll see you next time. Holla at your boy.